What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? It is 9:09 Central Standard Time. It is 7:09 Pacific Standard Time. It is 10:09 Eastern Standard Time. You are now rocking with the best. We are wide frozen.
Wide frozen.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We just upgraded all of our systems, upgraded all of our technology, and then we just straight up froze. But it had nothing to do with Frontier.
Nope.
Power went out. Power came back on.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Even though we have reliable internet, we still have rolling blackouts.
We were hyping ourselves up too.
My bad.
We were
That's
super
my
hype.
fault.
We were super hype. I was in the middle of giving a testimony and then frozen.
Wide frozen. My bad.
We were wide frozen. But we back like we never left, so there's nothing you can do about it. Hi everybody. I missed you all on Monday. Te extraño.
Say,
Los
Te extrañó.
extrañé.
Los extrañé.
Los extrañé.
Oh, because everybody. Los extrañé. Los extrañé mucho.
Ajá.
Sí, sí, sí. Pero we are back. We're absolutely back. Entonces, yeah, we're locked in for the next 3 hours and 9 minutes. No, it's still 3 hours. We'll just go 9 minutes longer. It's got to be 3 hours. If you say you're going to be somewhere 3 hours, then you got to be there 3 hours. I mean, because if not, then what are we doing?
Roll call hitters.
Roll call hitters. What is everybody? Where everybody at? How did y'all survive yesterday? Y'all was okay? Y'all didn't get into too much
I
trouble?
couldn't wait to kick the power off over here. I was like, I can't wait to get to Tim's house so I can just do some shenanigans. Some Albert and Costello.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Can't wait to sabotage this production.
It's like, man, I heard Tim got upgraded equipment. I can't wait to get over there.
Let me lean on my own.
Hey Tim, you know how I
Gonna
know? You know how I know we're called to this?
Huh?
Okay, you're the host of this show, right?
Yeah.
So you'll take the 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and you will engage with the callers.
Absolutely.
And I said, man, praise God, it's a Monday. I get to relax. The frontier is down. Everything is cool in these streets.
Yep.
Little tornado hitters, but we're alive.
Yeah, we're alive.
I'm resting.
Me too.
And guess what?
Derek pulls out.
At 10:15 a.m. on the dot, when you would be on the phone with someone calls me that I haven't talked to in about a year and a half, who I love, and they're talking to me about, hey, my brother wants to kill himself, and I don't know what to do, and
Are
yada
you
yada
serious?
yada. I said, I'm Tim right now, and I had the framework and the template.
Yep.
And I preface it, hey, trust me, I am not a coach.
Yeah.
I'm not a therapist.
Yeah.
You're asking for it, so I can offer
Yeah, for sure.
a framework. And I was like, I'm doing wide open right now.
That's crazy, bro. And, well, what I think is beautiful is, had we been on yesterday, you would have missed that call.
Very true. That's crazy.
I mean,
It was our phone call too. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
And dude, first Rachel was in the car with me.
Yeah.
And right after it was over, I said, I don't know how Tim does it. I said, Tim is an athlete.
wow.
No,
Well,
for
it's
real.
just when you have a grace to do something, it don't feel like nothing.
Yeah.
When the grace comes off you, it feels like everything.
Wow.
Sheesh.
So, that's that. Okay, Hialeah Gardens, Florida, what's popping? Lubbock is in the house. Not Frisco, Colorado. Is there a Frisco, Colorado?
It sounds odd.
Caitlin? Thank you for. I'm glad you found the show. Is there a Frisco?
Town of Frisco in
Is, good,
Colorado.
is there a Frisco, Colorado?
And it's dude,
Mountain
I've
Grills,
been there.
Town Charm.
It's next to Breckenridge. It's a Hallmark movie town.
Really?
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Oh, that's
It looks
beautiful.
Yeah,
In the spring and summer.
it's,
On a lake.
It's awesome.
I wouldn't be nowhere near there in the winter.
It reminds me of Georgetown.
Yeah, this place is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Redlands, East Orange, Chesterfield, West Melbourne, Florida, UNC Chapel Hill, Trinidad and Tobago, Killeen, Texas, Woodland Park, Colorado, Nashville, Tennessee, Hendersonville, South Haven, Mississippi, Novi, Michigan, Midlothian. Oh, there is a oh wow, y'all got a Midlothian in Virginia as well. We got one out here. Oakland, Texas, Oakland, California.
Oakland, Texas.
Lord have mercy.
Is there an Oakland, Texas?
Warsaw, Poland, Inkster, Michigan, Savannah, Georgia, Sacramento, California, Stockton, DC, Creben and Aaron are in Liverpool. What's up, y'all? Jacksonville, Antigua, Olympia, Washington. What's up, Caleb? Bryan, Texas. North Carolina, Ann Arbor, Durham. Yay. Forney, Texas. What's up, Forney? France, Hartford, Connecticut. Tyler, Trophy Club.
Rich.
Wait a minute. It's 9:14 in the morning. Wes is at Meet You Anywhere Barbecue in Trophy Club. It's too early for that.
Brother, is everything okay?
It's too early for dead meat. Malaysia, Portsmouth. Was that? Did I say it wrong? What's the problem? Manhattan, Kansas. Latham, New York. South Central LA. What's up, Jesus?
Hey, Jesus.
Yeah, South Central LA. That's what I'm talking about. Woodland Park, Colorado. Philly. Body of Christ, Texas. We already know. Corpus Christi. Atlanta, Georgia. Abu Dhabi. Toronto, Rancho Cordova. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Fenton, Missouri. There you go. I just shared it. Oh, what happened? What else is here? Atlanta, Moreno Valley, Sacramento. Oh, Heliopolis, Egypt. Hi, Sarah.
Yo, hi, Sarah.
Chicago, Nashville, West Palm Beach, Canton, Ohio, Tampa, Texas, Baltimore, Cameroon. What's up? Yes, Egypt's in the chat. Uganda, Columbus, Mobile, Alabama, West Virginia, Anaheim, Cali, Arizona, Beaufort, Georgia, San Antonio, Brandon, Baltimore, Utah, North Carolina, Anchorage, Alaska. Listen, all right, so because we had to start the live stream over, I'm shouting out again Damien from Frontier for coming over yesterday. I called Frontier I didn't call. I got on the app and scheduled a tech to come out here and get us all set up. On Sunday night, Damien was here Monday afternoon.
It's crazy.
Set everything up. So salute to you, Damien, and your homie that was with you. Please forgive me for not remembering your name. Y'all were two cool brothers. I appreciate y'all. And whether you see the pod or not, I promise to shout you out. So you got a shout out. I just wanted to make sure you got that. I got a lot to catch y'all up on. First thing I'm going to say, today is May 20th, the 20th of May. Today is the day, on this day, 76 years ago, my father, Charles Edward Ross, was born. And so that man right there that is always over my shoulder in a picture, because he's not over my shoulder as a spirit. He also didn't gain wings. I just want to correct everybody's theology that thinks that when their loved one dies, as a believer in Yeshua, that they gain their wings. He also did not become an angel. He's not an angel. Heaven just got an angel. He didn't. He's not an angel. He's not. He's not. His soul left his body, and it is forever in the presence of his Father, who is his creator, Adonai, God. And I'm just gonna be shouting him out all day in my heart and in my mind, and I'm gonna celebrate his life later with my mom and my boys, and this day is never gonna come by. It's never gonna come up, and me not mention my daddy. So 5/20/1949, the man that is responsible for me being here was born, and I'm so grateful for that man's life. There would be no me without him, and the way I am would not be without him. I am forever grateful for his life and for his wisdom and for his correction, for the times that he whooped me. I deserved him. He never whooped me out of anger. He whooped me because I was out of pocket. grateful for that man loving my mama and only my mama for 49 years, just shy of 50 years, literally shy of 50 years. He died in February. Their anniversary would have been in May. He taught me how to stay committed to one woman, how to keep my vow, even when I don't feel like it no more. When I tell you, like, the cheat codes I give are the cheat codes he gave me. So many of them. The reason why I've never had a father wound, the reason why I've been able to respect other people that I have met that have massive influence but never get enamored with them is because they never measured up to Charles Edward Ross. I don't care how big their churches were. I don't care how many books they wrote. I don't care how famous they were. I don't care how well known they were. How many accomplishments they had, how many millions they had in the bank. Nobody left more deposits in me than Charles Edward Ross. And so I'm forever grateful for him. And today, Daddy, I love you forever and ever. I am proud to be your son. Proud to be your son. Proud to carry on your legacy, your values, your character, your integrity. I love you, Daddy. I miss you so much. It's also Aiden's 11th birthday. Come on, Aiden. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, dear Aiden. Woo! Your grandmama Lorinda loves you. Hey, there you go. Make sure Aiden gets that one, Grandma Gigi. You know. Put it out there, Big Mama. I don't know what your code name is, but you already know. Anyway, man, we got so much to get to, man. That's what happens when you lose a day. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to get to. I want to announce, ladies and gentlemen, I need to announce to you that my beautiful wife and I will be hosting a conference.
Yeah.
Later this year.
Yeah, let's get
Ladies and gentlemen, the Upset the World Whole Woman Co. We are putting an experience together for you. October 30th through November the 1st. I think Juliet would actually karate chop me for saying conference. She doesn't like conference. We are hosting an experience for you. An experience for you to be in the presence of God. An experience for you to learn. An experience for you to grow. An experience for you to go to a different level in your thinking, in your knowing, in your relationship with Yeshua. So the dates are October 30th through November 1st, 2025, right here in the DFW Metroplex. It will be hosted at the King's University, 2121 East South Lake Boulevard, South Lake, Texas, 76092. Plan to come. Plan to be here. Obviously, our members got the dates first. Mm-hmm. And now that we're opening up to the public, it's going to sell out. And if you're not here by the time it's over, then there's nothing we can do for you. Except say sorry.
Sorry.
So if you were planning a trip to Texas this year, if you're in the DFW Metroplex, be there. And then and we have all the links for you to register. If you're not in the Metroplex but you were thinking about coming through, whether you driving, flying, cycling, walking,
Forrest Gump.
If you're walking, start now.
Horseback riding.
I just don't want you to.
You got a long way to go.
Horseback riding. Man, that horse gonna run through some shoes depending on where you're coming from.
Wow, that was good.
That was really good.
Let's go, sound effects.
I was like, okay.
Let's go, sound effects.
Shout out kicking the power cords out.
Derek unlocked powers. He kicked the power cord and now he's half horse.
What?
Oh my God.
Like, make that make sense.
Yo, that is hilarious.
Frontier fly out here. Come on, pull up.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. Anyway, we're super excited to put this experience on. We have something for the ladies, we have something for the men, and then we have something for everybody. So, yeah, get your tickets, get all the information, and just meet us down there. It's gonna be dope. The tickets are available now. somebody wants to know when the tickets are
Got the
available.
links
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, the links are
socials.
are in all the chats. You can get in there now. So like right now.
Early bird vibes.
Right now.
Little dog.
Hey, so I've been going through. Last week we started putting out this. We didn't start putting out. I found a couple of songs that we put out. Then I started finding all these mixtapes, and they were on a spiral. You remember the little spines where you put the CDs on?
Yep.
So I had a stack of CDs with all these mixtapes on them. We're talking like easily like 80 to 100 songs. And obviously I didn't have them in files. And we don't sell laptops anymore with the CD-ROM and the CD drive and the DVD player and all that kind of stuff. So thankfully, my wife still has the Fat Daddy Mac.
That's crazy.
And with the drive.
That's crazy.
And I was able to take that stack and literally just start going through all of these different songs and burning them and da-da-da-da. So I even found one this morning, Derek, after you came, that, like, here's what's crazy. I feel like Mixtape Timmy, that's what I'm going to just call him right now. I feel like Mixtape Timmy was prophesying to this season of my life in the form of, like, receipts philosophically, just so people will understand how long I've been on this thinking wavelength. So after you showed up, I was still going through those songs on the CDs, and I found a song. I did a freestyle to Lean Back to that track, and the last verse, eerily, and I did that in 2003. It's 22 years ago. The last verse was so identical to what I'm doing now in terms of explanation that I was like, how? Like, Lord, how?
And we get to hear it today?
I didn't give it to him to load up.
Tim, why you gotta do us like that? Tell us about it and then we can't hear it? I'm sad. Especially Lean Back. Like,
We the fact that you actually lean back is hilarious to me. It's not that you just said it. You were like, especially Lean Back? How you gonna do us like that with Lean Back? That's really funny. I've seen Juliana in a whole new light. She has to mime what she's doing now. It's hilarious.
What about all the way up? No, I'm just kidding.
All the way up. So we yeah. But we have all week, Juliana. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, you're right. Patience.
Patience. That's all it is.
Yes.
Paciencia.
Yes.
Julie was like, so why are you gonna like do us like that?
Bro,
It was aggressive.
Oh, wow.
she was
That
like,
was
hey
aggressive,
man,
Really?
hey man,
I got a little
Rewinding
scared.
the
I
tape.
got a little scared.
how come you're not?
Practicing My mama.
How come you're not?
How you gonna do us like that? Is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah. How you go? Hey, bro, don't be bringing stuff up now if you can't do it now. No, I'm serious, Holmes. Don't be bringing up stuff now. I say if you can't do it now. Puto.
No, I would never call you that.
Just try it. Just try it. Just try it. We had a 3-piece.
Just try it. Practice.
I'm dead.
We got a 3-piece still though to bless the whole community right now. We got 3 loaded up.
Oh, are we playing 3 right now?
Well, we got 3 loaded up. It's on you. It's at your discretion. I know which one I want to play.
We got a
but
3-piece combo locked in.
I don't even remember what I sent you. So you'll have to do that. Before I do that though, I also want to so we've told everybody the dates for the Upset the World experience that's happening on October 30th
Dope.
through November 1st. I also want to let everybody know about the Beyond Belief tour and the dates that we're going to have in June. Okay, so we're going to be in Raleigh, we are going to be in Phoenix, and we are going to be in Huntsville, Alabama in the month of June. So if you are in any of these areas, Jamie Kilstein and I will be on tour in June. We are passing through Huntsville, Alabama. we are passing through Phoenix, Arizona, and we will be in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you are near any of those places, I need you to buy the tickets now. Stop playing with us.
We got June 12th, Desert Ridge Improv Comedy Show. June 8th, at the Raleigh Improv. That's North Carolina.
Raleigh.
Yep. Forgive me. June 5th, Huntsville, Levity Live.
Yes, sir. So June 5th, June 8th, and June 12th? Is that what it is?
June 5th, June 8th, June 12th.
June 5th is where?
Huntsville,
Alabama, June 5th. June 8th?
Raleigh,
North Carolina. June 12th?
Desert Ridge Improv,
Phoenix, Arizona. Let's go, y'all. Don't say we not over there where you be at.
Come on now.
Exact date so I can buy tickets. DDL. It is June 8th. Raleigh, North Carolina. June.
That stern dad response.
Hey.
Links in the chat too.
Links in the chat. Links in the chat. You ain't even gotta ask me where it's at. The links in the chat. The links in the chat. You ain't even gotta ask me where it's at. The links in the chat. The links in the chat. You ain't even gotta ask me where it's at. The links in the chat. The links in the chat. You ain't even gotta ask me where it's at. You ain't even gotta ask me where it's at. You ain't even gotta ask me where it's at. You ain't even gotta ask me where it's at. You ain't even gonna ask me where it's at. You know with the strap I go rent the that. You ain't even gonna ask me where it's at. You know with the strap I go rent the that. You ain't even gonna ask me where it's at.
Pull up.
Every time.
Because they're gonna ask and they're gonna go pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So funny.
Maggie Robbins, now lean back.
Now lean back.
Buy a ticket.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll get lean back later. All right, so Derek, I don't know what song you have queued up.
Oh, we have all of them queued up.
But whatever song you wanted to play, because I don't even remember what I sent you.
I'm on, bloodstream, I'm home. That one.
What? Just play it.
Head to your hotels, grab yourself a Gideon's.
What inspired that one, Tim? Because that felt very challenging. And it was fun though. Like it felt like a fun beat, a fun way you were going about it.
So when I did that joint, obviously the Black Album had came out, and when I listened to that song, like when I hear a beat that I like that another artist is on, I start thinking about what I would put on it. Like what would I say on this track?
Yeah.
And the sample of Lucifer just made me think about, like, Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of here. Well, how do you chase him out of here? You expose him. Like, you gotta tell the truth about how he plots. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
That's so good.
the Lucifer that I know really ain't your boy. 3-step plan to kill, steal, and destroy. He hates man. The ultimate conspiracy. He's a con man in spirit. Now, do you see?
Crazy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to
Yeah.
put everybody on like, this is really this dude.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, anyway, that was that.
That was fire.
Interview.
Ricky Ricardo, like, Lucy, I'm home is
Lucy.
hilarious. That's why I
Yeah,
said
calling
that.
him Lucy, like that, like Lucy. This nigga Lucy. You know what I'm saying?
It's giving Kendrick vibes.
Did it give Kendrick vibes for you?
The diss track.
It is a diss track.
Definitely a diss track.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we listening to another one?
Do it. Oh,
Derek said he had
if
3
you-
loaded up.
I got 3 loaded up.
Okay, I can't remember what I sent you. So whatever you want to play next.
I write what I write?
Oh yeah. I was I had to get him on this one.
Come on now.
Give me 1 second.
Got 1 second locked in.
Got 1 second. One. Let me kick the power cord real quick.
This was a.
Oh my God. You need to let it go.
Let me kick the power cord.
Let me plug it out and plug it back in.
All right, this is I write what I write.
I write what I write.
we
This
go.
is an original.
Hold it down.
Yeah,
You know,
anonymous who?
crazy.
I write what I write, fool. Care what you like. I write what I write. Verbally and off the top, the spot is blown. Cut my teeth on LAMCs, it's known. The track record speaks for itself, the best is here. Pirate of the Caribbean, man, the coast is clear. Original copy, the rest just duplicates. My style OG, y'all just using it. I'm choosing this as a form of expression. If not this, you do gotta resort to carrying weapons. Got a book that I carry it well. Keeps me from these cold streets that be hotter than hell. My thought process stretch minds like Phoenician blinds. Crack the view open when discerning the times. Paper documents the thoughts I'm exposing to you. Mental brain waves crave this explosion of views. The English major straight A's on English paper. No expletive writing heaters with pen heat seekers. I write what I write. What I'm spitting in the dark boot becomes what I spit in the light. The streets hear the lyrics and they stay in the light. It stays light even when they bump it at night. I write what I write. What I'm spitting in the dark boot becomes what I spit in the light. The streets hear the lyrics and they stay in the light. It stays light even when they bump it at night. I'm raw with it like computer hackers punching raw digits. Shutting down a city with nobody to fix it. My voice writes tracks just like Spanish trains. Then blows off the tracks like Madrid in Spain. Only a few in my chosen arena have enough nerve to stand still, serve like a frozen subpoena. I don't know why my mind's so coarse with the force. More pages of rap than your county court. Bareback horse, riding the beat, all black. Lyrics is the beauty, now prepare for the beats. Ask anybody in Dallas about Doctor Who. The only MC at church and on the block with you. I rock with you like old Camaros. Understand that I leapfrog the game like Donkey Kong's barrel. I know, when will this onslaught stop? Never ever, not even when my lifelines drop. I write what I write. What I'm spitting in the dark boot becomes what I spit in the light. The streets hear the lyrics and they stay in the light. It stays light even when they bump it at night. I write what I write. What I'm spitting in the dark boot becomes what I spit in the light. The streets hear the lyrics and they stay in the light. It stays light even when they bump it at night. On the road to life, you got passengers and drivers. I'm the tow truck that tows up this whack rap stuff. Every word is precision, I've been gifted well. Every verse isolated like in prison cells. Most tracks that I bust don't have a chance with me. Got producers all nervous what they handed me. The lyrics is back. People wanna hear what you say. No one made back. We don't give a damn where you stay. Spit something that I wanna go home and rewind. Spit something I wanna memorize line for line. It's not in you. Hot garbage MCs, hot steam. I'm lyrically pristine. My money ain't a thing. Got cash flows. 95% hustle coke. I was at the improv hustling jokes. At the church house hustling quotes. Anonymous who? The doctor, lyrical pope. I write what I write.
Tried to tell him.
What I'm spitting in the dark boot becomes what I spit in the light. The streets hear the lyrics and they stay in the light. It stays light even when they bump it at night. I write what I write. What I'm spitting in the dark boot becomes what I spit in the light. The streets hear the lyrics and they stay in the light. It stays light even when they bump it at night.
Stays light even when they bump it at night. He said, Doctor Who?
Yeah, bro.
I'll be on the block with you?
Yeah. yeah. The only MC at church and on the block with you.
Yeah.
I rock with you like old Camaro.
Crazy.
Oh, if you don't get it, then you just
It's like you do this or
leapfrog the game like Donkey Kong's barrel. Anyway,
So when are we putting these out on Spotify?
yo no sé.
Apple.
Yo no sé.
something. Shout out members.
Yo no sé. Let's make sure we put all these in the members area so that they could just have them.
Individual songs.
Yep, the individual songs.
Great.
I guess we're playing the last one too.
Sure, we can.
I feel like we should.
Okay, I thought we were gonna like do like Tuesday, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
burning through the whole
like
album.
we missed yesterday. Now it's like, here's all the music that I have. Here's my whole library for the last 20 years.
We just gotta do Lean Back tomorrow.
That's
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Lean Back will be here tomorrow.
We get to Friday, there's no new music Friday. We went through 40 songs this week.
That's actually really funny. Oh, I have. Oh boy, but I have some other stuff too. The Lean Back, but I airdropped a bunch of stuff to myself today, just this morning. Anyway, let me just say this in Discord and in YouTube in the live chat. Shout out to all the people that are lyricists.
Come on now.
Thank you for actually listening to the lyrics. Oh my God. Like, just to see some of y'all like picking up on stuff that I would pick up on, I'm like very, very, like, that makes me very, very happy. But I got to explain this one. I'm sorry. I got to explain this one before we not this particular song, because I don't know what song is next, because I forgot what I gave y'all. But anyway.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, got you. Yeah. That was a fun song too. But that line, my favorite, that's one of my favorite lines in that particular song. I write what I write. When I said that I rock with you, like old Camaro, only because that is like such a vintage car.
Beautiful car.
You know what I'm saying? I
know what a Camaro is.
But the IROC?
IROC?
No, I don't know what the IROC
Yeah,
is.
the IROC Z28 for our gen, like that was like, that's the car you wanted. You know what I'm saying? When you're 14, you're like, man, I'm gonna get a Camaro. If I could afford any car, I'd get a Camaro. Like nobody was trying to whip a Bentley or, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think we knew what Bentleys were when I was 14. I don't think I had heard of a Bentley yet.
And what color did you like?
I would have got mine in probably a blue.
A blue?
Some hue of blue.
Like this?
Yes. That IROC. Yeah, man. That thing used to, that was the car back then, though. That IROC Z, you see that IROC Z? I rock with you like old Camaro. Oh! Okay.
What?
Okay, oh, that's so funny. Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead. Whatever. Thank you, Sissy. Sarai's watching. She said that Lucifer joint went crazy.
Love you, Sarai.
All right, here we go. Excuse me, sir.
Stop it. Okay, I'm super hype. All right, okay, remember the teabag test that I tell y'all about? Yes, you never gonna know what you got or not?
It's in there.
This is where this is where it comes from.
Yo.
Like when I tell y'all this comes from this particular song. Okay, I'm so hyped.
The first thing I thought, I was like, when you were saying about the dweller, the vibe, the basement vibe, it's like, it's in here. It's laced in.
Okay.
Receipts.
Go.
Synonymous who? In the booth with fella. Y'all know fella. Don't trip. Y'all know fella. They know fella. Check it out. Stat tax return. Hope y'all like what Uncle Sam gave you. It's all good. Check me out. Without a doubt. Let me spit a bar or two indirectly at any poor soul that would ever test me. You ain't got the testes to test me. Let's see. Skate on your ice like Wayne Gretzky. Anti-vocal soldiers piling casualties. Ain't got time for formalities. Going with the wind and I'm back again. Can't nobody stop the ink that flows from this pen. Nope. No pencil, no mistakes. Instrumentals, vocals, destroy the fakes. While y'all cuss at me, my vocab just rips. The old 4th Street nigga remix Will Smith. And I ain't gotta be Fresh Prince in Pleasant Grove and Oak Cliff. So get high, homie, smoke they'll spliff. You need some inspiration cause your rhymes don't hit. It? Yeah, it's him. Anonymous who, aka Doctor Who, aka Doctor. Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Warning.
There's no other song.
I was like, is there another one?
Nope. That was it. So anyway, those are this is your Tuesday track day. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
New music overload Tuesday.
No
I'm
new
here
music
for it.
overload Tuesday.
I'm
New
here
music
for
making up for Monday, Tuesday.
No music Friday.
No music Friday because there won't be any left, but whatever. No, I like I told you, I got like 80 something songs.
Insane. Dude.
I don't think all of them are worthy to be played, but the stuff that I have, I'm gonna share with them. Yeah. Oh, I do have a song. I just gotta find it. Nadi Ra said, where is his LL Cool J song? A rap song about his love life. I got one. I just gotta find it. It's in one of them CDs. I'll find it. That definitely was a Neptune's beat, Cristela. Of course it was. Por supuesto. Such a dork, Rye. Oh my gosh. This is smooth. Anyway, I don't know what's been happening in the news. I was too busy like doing stuff yesterday. But I'm sure something's been going on.
Yeah. A lot of sad things.
Oh, yeah.
Want to hit this one?
Yeah. Apple and Russia had a little clash. The situation between Apple and the Russian government represents a multifaceted and symbolic clash between the geopolitical power, cultural values, digital sovereignty, and global capitalism. Let's break it down. In May 2025, a Russian court fined Apple 10.5 million rubles. Wait a minute. Hold on, dog.
Why are you laughing at the money? You're laughing at the currency player?
Hey, dog, please leave me alone, bro. Hey, Mo. Hey, bro. Hey, you gotta. Oh my gosh, man. Please leave me alone, bro.
Rublets.
Please. I mean, no disrespect, man,
Rubble.
to nobody of Russian descent. Please forgive me for laughing.
Rubeletto.
Rubles just, I'm sorry. I look at the word and I'm like, it's trouble without a T.
Yeah.
It's rubles.
It sounds like bubbly money.
It sounds too fun to be spent.
Right.
But here's my problem. Russia fined Apple 10.5 million rubles. That's only $130,000. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. $130,483 in 4 administrative cases. This is Russia. That's loose change for Russia. That's cents for Russia. I mean, for Apple. Please forgive me. That is cents. That's not even dollars for them.
Right.
That's cents. 130 grand? I don't even, why is this a story?
That's someone's salary at Apple.
Yeah. You ain't wrong.
Like somebody that just cleared being an intern.
Right. They're doing great now.
You know what I'm saying?
They're upper middle class.
Oh my gosh. 3 of these cases were tied to alleged violations of Russia's LGBTQ plus propaganda laws, particularly the 2023 expansion pack. I added pack. Please forgive me. I'm a gamer.
DLC.
That banned any public depiction or promotion of non-traditional sexual relations. What is Russia's law? Initially passed in 2013, the Russian gay propaganda law banned the promotion of homosexuality to minors. In 2023, it was expanded to prohibit any positive representation of LGBTQ plus relationships in mass media, advertising, books, films, or online platforms, not just content directed at minors, but for all ages. Violations can now include even displaying rainbow flags or publishing content with queer characters or themes, regardless of age appropriateness or educational intent. Apple, a company that routinely includes LGBTQ plus themes in its media library, films, TV, music, and editorial content, was likely fined for making such content accessible through its digital platforms inside Russia. Okay. Well, then this seems reasonable as it relates to the country their product is used in. But they're going to pay that fine with ease.
It's not gonna hurt at all.
It's not going to hurt them.
They're gonna forget they paid it.
Right? Right?
They're not gonna think about it.
They're not going to remember that the check was cut. They're just not. The geopolitical context, Russia's framing of LGBT rights as Western decadence plays into its broader anti-Western narrative where liberal values are portrayed as corrosive to traditional society. Putin positions himself as a defender of Christian Orthodox values and traditional morality. I didn't know that. Contrasting that with the U.S., which is depicted as morally permissive, culturally invasive, and spiritually decayed. Now, here's what's interesting about this. Go back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Putin positions himself as a defender of Christian Orthodox values and traditional morality, contrasting that with the U.S., which is depicted as morally permissive, culturally invasive, and spiritually decayed. You know what's interesting about this particular statement is, Putin being the leader of Russia. If you frame it in that way, you're like, okay, this Russian president is having this thing. But if you close your eyes and just listen to the description, Putin just sounds like a Republican. Right? He just sounds like a right-wing evangelical. I'm gonna just let that marinate real quick.
For sure.
I don't care about the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. Like interesante.
Interesante.
Y mi profesora
Sí.
de yo creo Bogotá.
Okay.
Yo tengo dos clases, una clase con Marta cada día, con Camila de Bogotá,
Sí.
más o menos 3 veces
A la semana.
a la semana. Y es muy bueno para mí.
Sí.
Porque ahora yo recibo la estructura con Marta
Ajá.
y conversaciones fluido
Sí.
con Camila.
Ajá.
Es para mí ahora mis conversaciones y todas las palabras, ellos son, ¿cómo se dice? Sticky.
Se están pegando. Todas las palabras te están pegando. Like they're sticking to you.
Sí.
Yeah.
Sí.
No, that's awesome.
Estoy contento. Estoy muy contento.
Conversación es muy importante.
Muy, muy importante. Y ahora es cada día.
Sí.
Y ahora yo anado, I'm adding, yo anando,
Agregando.
agregando, yo agregando música.
Yo agrego música.
Yo agrego música y un podcast
Ajá.
cada día.
Wow, en español.
Sí,
Nice.
sí.
Wow.
Solamente.
Wow.
Entonces, inmersión,
Sí, claro.
la estructura de la mañana,
Sí.
las conversaciones de la tarde y entre más la música, más
Sí.
podcast.
Sí. No novelas.
No novelas. No novelas.
Muy dramáticos.
Noticias.
Noticias, sí, en español.
Sí.
Ok.
Noticias en Telemundo
Telemundo,
y
ajá,
Univisión.
Ajá.
Es muy interesante.
Sí,
Pero la música
sí,
es
sí. ¿Qué tipo de música?
infectivo.
Ajá,
Sí,
sí.
sí, sí,
¿Qué
sí.
tipo de música escuchas?
Sí, sí,
¿De,
sí.
de, de quién? ¿Qué tipo de...?
Worship
Oh, alabanza.
y
Sí.
alabanza,
Alabanza.
alabanza y reggaetón.
Let's go. I can send you some if you want.
Vale.
Worship
Sí.
ones. 'Cause-
Gracias.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Gracias. No,
Reggaeton
no
too.
dame gasolina.
No, Daddy Yankee has some really good ones.
Sí, sí, sí. Dame más gasolina.
That song is amazing.
No, ¿qué tengo que hacer? That's another Daddy Yankee banger.
Vale. Envías.
Sí, yo te lo mando.
Sí, sí.
Sí. Everyone's
Okay.
like confused.
Everybody just
They're like, huh?
you guys got to start taking Spanish now. Put the Duolingo down and get busy.
That part.
Don't be a pocket palabra.
Destiny, una momento. What?
What? ¿Qué? Okay,
Hey.
y'all know that sound is where we all get down. You know right now we wide open. That's right, we wide open. All the way around, we wide open.
Y'all are so cute.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now wide open for the next 2 hours. No questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, compliments, cabbage, candy,
Throwing it out there.
licorice,
Reese's Pieces.
Amen.
Reese's Pieces, melted chocolate.
Crunch a bunch. Ooh.
Nothing off limits. Nothing off limits. We are here to create a safe space for you to be fully seen, fully heard, fully known, fully loved, even if you're not fully agreed with. We hold space for you. We can contain anything that you want to talk about, from the lightest to the heaviest. I do not guarantee I have any answers, but I do guarantee that I can hold space and not judge. Who's our first caller?
Ron, welcome to Wide Open. You're on with Tim Ross.
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
What's up, Sam? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. That's a nice beard, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man.
It's good to see your face.
Before I get in, yeah, same likewise, man. See your face every day.
For sure.
Except for on
Thank
the
you.
weekend.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
Before I get into my contacts real quick, I just want to say thank you real quick, bro. For real. Cause man, I gave up on the whole Christian walk. I gave up on all of it. I ain't even want to do it no more.
Wow.
Then you came across my timeline, bro. And I think I speak for a lot of people. You did that for us. You know what I mean? I was done with church, bro.
Wow.
I grew up in a church that was real legal. A lot of legalism, you know what I mean? The church was supposed to be the one and only thing in your life. It wasn't no outside family life. It wasn't none of that. It was church. And I did that for years. To get into it real quick, the church that I attended, it was the first place that I ever heard about child molestation. It was a couple kids that got violated there by people that was in the pulpit. The first place I ever was when I learned at an early age about adultery, because that was happening. It was a whole lot of stuff happening there. Fast forward, I grew up there, got ordained as a minister there. I got married to the then pastor's daughter. And to put that into quick context, because I want to hurry up and get to this point, my uncle dated the pastor. They ended up getting married, and it was like they hooked me and the daughter up, and we got married, right?
Got you. Yes, sir.
Okay, so long story short, my ex-wife, which would have been the stepdaughter, had an affair with the stepfather. I know this is a lot. And they ended up having a kid. I didn't find out until the kid was probably about 4 or 5, and that's when I really found out about the affair and all that. But I was advised to just get a DNA test done, and I did that. Come to find out, the daughter that calls me dad, is not my biological daughter, but she does not know. Her mom won't tell her. The stepfather won't tell her. Now, they all still attend the same church, and the church only has 9 members. It's my ex-wife, my kids, my sister, her fiance, my parents, the pastor, and the father of the daughter that calls me dad. They all still attend the same church. I left the church. I even left it the right way. Um, I turned in a letter to the pastor, let her know that I was leaving and that I couldn't stay any longer. So what I need from you today is just some advice on 2 things. Number 1 is how do I tell this little girl that I'm not her real father? I'm remarried now to a great woman. I love her, man. I'm telling you, you got a Juliet, I got my Nedra.
I
But
love it.
anyway,
I love it.
she knows all about it, and she's advised me and told me that I really should tell her because she went through something similar. And now my daughter is 14, and I'm starting to feel more of an urge inside that I need to tell her because I think it feels like everybody just wants to sweep it all under the rug.
Yeah.
And in the midst of all that, Tim, it's like everybody's made me to be like the bad guy now, and I don't get it. I try to hold space because that's my uncle, and he did some foul shit. I mean, he did some foul stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You was right the first time.
And I just can't respect him like I used to, man. I was this guy's what you would call so-called armor bearer. I was like serving this dude, man.
Yeah.
The people that had the churches where you got the guy carrying the briefcase doing that was me.
Yes,
But I
sir.
ain't know no better.
Yes, sir.
I ain't know
Absolutely.
any better, man.
Yeah.
But I was serving this guy. This man was telling me, I was like a son to him. He loved me like a son. He would never try to do anything to break up my family or nothing like that, which in hindsight, he was telling me everything I needed to know then, Tim.
Yes, sir.
And I was having dreams about this affair and all that. But whenever I would bring it up, I was always told that I had to be careful because the devil could give you dreams too. This one last piece, and then I'm gonna let you rock. I prayed because I had these ill feelings about this guy, Tim. I prayed to God and said, Lord, I don't want to feel this way about this man unjustly. Please take this away from me. Tim, I swear to you, when I got up from that prayer, it got worse.
Mm.
It got worse, man.
Yeah.
So now I'm dealing in the space of when I go to certain sporting events to support my kids or my daughter, he's also there.
Mm.
And it's like everybody's like just get over it. Y'all can.
Exactly.
Y'all
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Because y'all can, but I'm not with that. So my thing is, how do I tell her? And do you agree that I should tell her? And number 2 is, how do I hold the tension of my parents still being there and me seeing them under, I don't want to say a cult, but I if you get what I'm saying.
I get
You know
exactly
I
what
mean?
you're saying, Ron.
Yeah,
I get
bro.
exactly what you're saying. Whew. Bro, you laid it on me. This is some. Ooh, man. I'm sorry. I have a lot of anger. And I already know you've gone through these emotions or whatever, but just me hearing it for the first time, the way it hits me, I just feel a lot of anger. There's a justice seeker in me that when people are betrayed, violated, gaslit, manipulated in this kind of way, I just don't have good intentions at all. Like I read a proverb today. David ended one of his verses from one of his chapters in the 40s, and he ended it with like, God, like beat him up, or my paraphrase. And I was just like, Lord, can I volunteer? Like, I'll do it for you. Like, you ain't gotta we ain't gotta wait for God to go do something. I'll go handle it myself. You know what I mean? So I feel that. All right, so let me answer in order. Number 1, first, let me just say to you, I love you. I'm proud of you for getting out. I'm proud of you. Nobody can tell me, even though I only been online with you for about 10 minutes. Can't nobody tell me that you don't have the Holy Spirit. Nobody would ever be able to convince me otherwise, because the one of the fruit, one manifestation of the fruit of the Spirit is self-control. And for you to tell me this story, and it hasn't ended with you in prison, already lets me know that the Holy Spirit is on the inside of you, right? You definitely have to tell your daughter. She's 14. It's going to change the world as she knows it, but it's also going to realign the world as she knows it. It's going to reorient her to the truth. And so many times we don't want to share anything with our family members, whether they're our children, our parents, or whatever, because we don't want to hurt them. But then we allow them to live in a narrative that's not truth. And then when they find out later in life, the question they ask is, how come you didn't tell us? So you are being the responsible father. Now, what you're going to say is going to break her heart. And it's going to realign her to the truth. And she may not like what you have to say to her, but the respect she's going to learn to grow to have for you is going to be worth it. Because you've chosen not to live in the lie. You've chosen not to live in the false narrative that's still happening over at the family group that they call in the church. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You was right to call it a cult, because that's exactly what it is. And as it relates to your parents, the most difficult thing about being in a cult or a cult adjacent community is they have to find out for themselves. And it usually happens through heartbreak. Like you can literally spell it out for them and they still won't believe you until it happens to them directly. And then they're like, oh my God, I never thought it would happen to me.
Yep.
And so
you want it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can set your watch. If he's done it to them, if he's done it to you, to your ex-wife, he's going to do it to them as well in some type of way. And then they're going to be coming to you, and then you just got to be the safe place, right? You got to be the person that shows empathy. You can't be on no I told you so energy, even though you might have to resist the urge and bite your tongue, because it's like, yo, I've been trying to tell y'all. But the maturity is to stay self-differentiated from them, have boundaries that are strong. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going through a situation right now where I'm not praying every day because I never leave the house that much. But I was tested last week. I had to pass the building of my former coworkers, and everything in me wanted to just pull up in there real quick. But I would have been on the news. I don't think I would have done nothing super extreme, but I would have definitely been disturbing the peace. So, but it was a test. It was a test to see what was going on in my heart. When you show up to them games and you got a C-bro over there living a lie.
Well, I be feeling some things, bro.
Oh, bro. I know you do.
I be feeling some things, man, but
yeah, it's like I got to keep that part of me crucified because it's I mean, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, and the way I understand that from a street level is I could curb stomp you. But when you get up, your soul's still going to be twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have punched you in the chin, but that didn't do nothing. I didn't change your heart. Only God can do that. That's what keeps me from riding on people. Is the chin check ain't gonna help anyway. If it did, I'd do it. Right?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah, but the main thing, bro, is you have okay, I want to say a couple things. Help me, Holy Spirit. The truth that you are giving your daughter is that you are not her biological father. But I guarantee you, you are the best daddy she could ever have. God knew who the right person to raise this young girl would be, and it was not that dude.
That's a good perspective. I appreciate that.
Bro, I'm telling you, I mean, as sordid as this is, and what you just laid out is not uncommon to scripture. We can find all types of trapped in the closet type stuff in the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? Between David and Bathsheba and Moses having to go get raised by Pharaoh, all types of stuff. But I'm telling you, God chose you to raise this young lady. And you telling her the truth is only something a loving father could do.
And I know you speaking truth too, bro, because even with my wife saying what she's saying and what you're saying to me today, it's like now I know, and it's like a confirmation for the burden I have that I gotta tell her. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cause think about it, man. This man sees his flesh and blood daughter and would rather lie in her face than to be truthful to her. Like that's how you know, yeah, she got his DNA, but she got your heart. And you have hers. Like you are the daddy. God knew this nigga was so foul. He was like, okay, you gonna do all of this? You can't raise this girl. You can't raise this girl. I'm gonna give her a godly man, and it ain't you.
Yo, bro. With that being said, or what you just said, just triggered something in me. What's the best way to deal with a narcissist?
Woo. Oh, I'm so glad you asked this question. Because I got a PhD in surviving a narcissist. Let me tell you. A PhD. All right, so there's two types of narcissists. And narcissism can be on a spectrum, but in terms of like the classical narcissism that we see, there's two types. There's an overt and there's a covert. The overt narcissist is just that. It's the one that everyone obviously can figure out, right? What you've dealt with is what a lot of people deal with, which is the covert narcissist. The covert narcissist is the most dangerous one, in my opinion, because you never know they're a covert narcissist until after you're in a relationship with them.
Good grief.
They are charismatic. They are charming. They come across nice. They sacrifice. They do stuff for you. They make you feel so important, and then they turn on you.
Bro.
And when they turn on you, you second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th second guess yourself. It must be me. It can't be. I must be doing some. I apologize. I apologize for bringing this to your attention. I apologize I apologize. And they like, yeah, no, it's okay. I just need you to understand. Blah, 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 blah. But nah, dude, I got a PhD in it, bro. I can see right through it now.
Wow, bro.
And the moment I see it, I bounce. Let me tell you what. So a narcissist at their core, they are only interested in preserving the image they have created for themselves. That's their assignment, is to protect their perception of them at all costs. And
Man.
they will ruin anybody that tries to ruin the picture they've made for themselves to others.
That's why he's trying to keep that secret with my daughter.
That's absolutely correct. Because
Look, I see it.
you see what I'm saying? Because it
I see
completely, it blows his cover. The moment it is public knowledge that he is the father of your ex-wife's child, and that's not your biological daughter, the gig is up. So the moment you tell her the truth and the moment it gets back to him, he gonna call it warfare.
That sounds right.
He gonna say the devil is busy and the enemy's trying to come against him, and this ain't nothing but an attack of the enemy. Nah, this was the attack of your sperm in my ex-wife, nigga. That's what that was.
Man, you on point.
So I'm
point.
so the kryptonite for a narcissist is a person who is self-differentiated and tells them the truth. Kryptonite for a narcissist is a person they can't control. And they attack who they cannot control.
Because you know what? As you're talking, it's like stuff coming back to me. It's almost like while you're talking, it's almost as if the spirit is like taking me back to different instances and showing me exactly what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because there would be times like when we would have different events or something like that, and it's like if he know I'm gonna be there, sometimes he don't show up, and he'll say he don't want to go because he know I'm gonna be there. But what I'm figuring out is he would make it seem as though he wasn't coming because I had an issue with him. But what it is he don't like coming around me because I exposed the real him.
That's absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct, Ron. That's the truth. And so a narcissist doesn't want to be in the presence of someone that could expose them or someone that even knows, even if you're not going to like put them on blast, they don't want to be in the same room that knows, they don't want to be in the same room of someone that knows who they really are. So they triangulate. Another kryptonite for narcissism is direct confrontation. They don't want to be in any type of confrontation where they can't control the outcome. So they don't want to meet with you unless it's on their turf and they get to control the conversation and they get to have the last word and they get to kind of like control what's going to go on. So what they'll do is they'll talk through other people instead of talking directly because they know if they talk directly, they're going to be exposed.
And listen to me, because when I was affiliated with that whatever it is, you were always taught you didn't really have a say. You just listened to what was said to you and you went with it, or you were being rebellious or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So them conversations weren't going like that, Tim. But then once all this stuff happened and I grew like some bigger cojones.
Yes, sir.
And then he saw that he couldn't really talk or sway me different kind of ways. He did stop talking to me.
Of course. That's exactly right.
Because it was like now, this ain't your little boy nephew now. Now you see the grown man coming out.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
And
sure.
narcissists use silence as violence. They use silence and ignoring you as part of the way to harm you and to hurt you. They stop talking to you. They stop inviting you to stuff. They start going to events and they don't bring you no more until you come back to apologize. And then they're like, I appreciate your humility. And I'm here for you. Whoop-de whoop whoop. And then they let you back in. So they play this game, but they use silence as part of the way to harm you and to make you second guess yourself as if you did something wrong. The moment you stop apologizing is the moment they start dying inside. Yeah, he real scared of you.
Yeah, bro.
Cause,
Yeah, bro.
because he don't know what day the shoe gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Right.
why he don't sleep good at night. I know that for a fact.
Right, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I had to get away from all. Man, I appreciate this call, man. I had to get away from all that, and you added some context to some things that I had already been mulling over and praying about. So I appreciate all that confirmation.
For sure.
Just I just gotta find the right. I don't want. Ain't no time, the right time. The time gonna be the time, but I just gotta tell her as soon as I see her, man. I gotta say something to her, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No,
It's,
and I'm
it's been on me, so it's been on me too heavy.
absolutely. And before we get off, man, I want to pray. I want to pray for that conversation before we get off the phone. Okay.
Bro, appreciate it.
The other
All
thing I want to say one more thing about the narcissistic traits is, you know, the other people are in the narcissistic web when they negatively question why you left them.
Ooh.
He got the camera just pointing at the sky.
Man,
Yeah,
look here.
that's how you know you're in a narcissist. That the actual system has infiltrated the other people, because you leaving is like you're leaving Eden or Olympus or you know what I mean, paradise. It's like, why would you ever leave? Why are you going? It's like, wait,
Bro, like we broke up in a relationship or something. I'm like,
exactly.
one moment y'all saying happy birthday, every birthday, this, that, and the third. Hey, how you doing? Now when I see you, I might speak, because I'm the type of person where I don't gotta fool with you, but I can still be cordial.
For sure, me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So when I speak to you, well, but when I speak to you, all of a sudden your face is tore up. You got, all right, cool,
yep,
cool,
yep.
cool. But at the same time with me, after that happens a couple times, maybe in one time, you ain't got to worry about me.
For
And
sure.
it don't have nothing to do with the Christ in me or the Holy Spirit in me. It has everything to do with the wisdom
That's
and
right.
the self-control.
That's right.
So I won't say something to you that I'm gonna regret later.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah, that's one of those traits, man, is that you and that's where my heart breaks, because if I leave a narcissistic person and the other people around that person stop talking to me as well, I know that they're in that web.
Yes, sir.
When
Going
they
through it, Tim.
so man, I'm proud of you, bro. Stay where you are. There's going to be other people coming to you that are going to need to have like comfort and context to what they've been through with this same man when all this goes out. But man, the truth is going to set everybody free.
I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me pray for you and your wife and your daughter, all right?
Yes, sir.
God, so I thank you for my brother Ron. I thank you for your son. I thank you for the strength, Holy Spirit, the wisdom that you gave him, that led him into the truth, that led him to get out of a narcissistic system. God, I pray that your wisdom would go before Ron, that you would let him be so sensitive, discerning, and attuned to when to have this conversation with his daughter. I pray that his tone, his body is relaxed, that his mind is calm, that he has the peace of Jesus that passes all understanding. God, I pray for his wife, that she would be regulated through this entire conversation. Lord, I pray for his daughter, that even though this information she's going to hear is going to be hurtful, is going to be confusing, she's going to have such a myriad of emotions that she feels. God, I pray that as all of those emotions subside, that she would feel peace in the presence of not only her heavenly Father, but the Father that you gave her, the daddy that you gave her to walk with her through life. God, I thank you that the truth is going to just bring so much clarity and so much peace to his family. And I pray that this truth also sets other captives free. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Bro,
Amen.
I love you, man. Thank you
man.
so much for
Oh, you
trusting
too,
me to
man.
process with you, bro.
Thank you, Derek, Hector, Hooli, Baby Karlovich, and Tim.
We
Yes,
love
sir.
you, bro. We love you.
Tim, you a dope MC, son.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
I listening to I'm one of them lyrical people. I've listened to them lyrics. I'll be over here like, you know how you make that steak face, but like, whoo.
For
Yeah,
sure.
you got some fire.
Thank you,
fire
Mo.
for sure, bro. I appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you,
Have a good
man.
day.
All right, we love
Love
you,
you,
bro. Have a
man.
great day.
Like you said,
Okay,
peace.
peace.
It's a good man.
That's a good man right there.
That's a great man.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
that's a man.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
a man's
Oh,
man,
yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah.
Bro, he could come to the barbecue, family reunion.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? He could just pull up to the house for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Just here.
He just chill, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
what you want in life. You know what I'm saying? I love
Absolutely.
it. I love it, man. All right, who's next?
Steven, welcome to Wide Open. You are on with Tim Ross.
What's up, Steven?
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
I'm doing well, man. How about you?
Good. Man, I'm doing really well. Thanks
Good.
for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's good to see your face.
Cool. Well, I'll just jump right in. I have it written down
Okay.
just so for clarity's sake, clarity's kindness.
Yes, sir.
So I just walked away from ministry after 10 years. The past few years, I've had this dialogue with the Lord about what it means to be a son. And for context, I was raised by a single mother. So the son-father dynamic is not natural for me.
Understood.
I do have 2 boys. So side note, which is the Lord is doing a lot of healing through that, but just for context.
Yes, sir.
But this dialogue that I've been having with the Lord has empowered me to finally take a step away from something that has been my whole identity, and really robbing progress for me in my spiritual walk. Now leaning into this new season, I want to learn more about what it means to trust God as my source and not what I do. Sorry if I get emotional.
No, please.
Um,
It's fine.
and I want to learn to trust him more. And really, Tim, what you've been going through this past little bit has been like, I'm like, oh man, I'm not alone. Just seeing your story, walking away from ministry, and really, it's been a big part to me where I said, oh, if he's okay, if he can do it and still walk in the favor of the Lord, still walk in purpose, I think that's something that I could do too.
Yes, sir.
I thank you. I thank you for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you need today, Steven?
Oh man. Whew, that's a great question. Let me pull up these quadrants real quick,
Yeah.
which are great by the way. The pastor in me is like, oh man, I wish I would have had these. When I was meeting
Me
with
too.
people.
Right.
Yeah, Tim, I think I just want to hear maybe from some of your experience about this subject of God as your source.
Mm-hmm.
So you're walking through the season. One, you step away from ministry, right, after being most of your career.
Yeah.
And you step away from the B side,
Yeah.
right? And so you're kind of walking through this with me.
Yeah.
And so, man, how are you processing this? What are you pulling from? How do you control your thoughts to where you're not looking back like, man, I just walked away from a paycheck.
Right.
All that.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, as soon as you asked this question, I just had this rush of emotion come through my body. So I've been here before. And when you go through this the first time, it's very disorienting. It is a day by day battle with your own mind, right? Of like, I believe you, help my unbelief.
Yes.
God, I know you're going to come through. God, when you coming through, right? Like, God, I know you see me. God, do you actually see me? Right? It is that. I always tell people that faith is not the absence of doubt. Faith is the acknowledgement of doubt and choosing to go forward anyway. And so my best friend Corey called me yesterday and he said, Do you have one shred of doubt? No, that's not what he said. He said, are you fazed at all by what you're going through right now? And my response was not in the least. Only because I've been here before. The same God that I have not been in a season where I've had to ask for support since my mid-20s. And 25 years later, I'm having to revisit that season. I'm not fazed by it at all. Because the same God that brought me through 25 years ago is the same God that's bringing me through now. And there is here's what I'm learning in this season. It is a wildly egregious assumption to think that God won't bring you back around to a place that you visited in the past. It doesn't matter how much you've accomplished in ministry. It doesn't matter how many souls have been won. It doesn't matter how much money you made in the past, books were sold, blah, 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 blah. We get to go through stuff. We have the privilege of going through stuff because that is the nature of a life of faith. So, my encouragement to you is to feel everything whenever you're feeling it. It is not robbery or a demerit for you to feel something other than excited or faith-filled and I know God's going to do it. I mean, you could have a whole day of like, I don't know how this is about to happen. God, I don't even know if you're there. God's not up there like, oh, man, you had a streak. You did it good for 4 days and you fumbled. We got to start back from zero, you know. It's very much, this is, okay, let me say it this way. Scripture says the just shall live by faith. When you go through this season you're going through now, and it's just a season, it will pass. This is not the rest of your life. I just need you to know that, okay? It's just a season. When you get through with this season, Stephen, if you ever got to go through this season again, it feels like going to your old neighborhood. Right? It's Paul saying, I've learned to be content in whatever state I'm in. You know, we're in a real, I don't want to call it a recession, but we're in a real situation in this country where workers and employees alike are all feeling the pinch and the hurt. And even a place like the DFW Metroplex, I don't know where you are in the world, but in the DFW Metroplex, in the 28 years I've lived here, Texas has kind of been immune to what happens with the rest of the country. We've kind of been in a little bubble. That bubble either has a huge tear in it or somebody's poked several holes and the favor's leaking out, right? So we're all feeling it, right? Well, here's what's interesting. Those of us that have been through this before, we're fine. Those that have never been through it, they're the ones that are panicking. And the panic is okay until you can get your eyes on Jesus. The disciples panicked on the boat until they woke Jesus up. The disciples panicked on their boat until Peter said, Lord, is that you? I'd panic too if I didn't think Jesus was on my boat. I'd panic too if I couldn't see Jesus out on the seas. But my eyes are on Jesus, bro. I am not alone in this situation. He has not forsaken me. I haven't had a paycheck in 5 months. He has not forsaken me. He has not forsaken me. He never promised I was going to have a paycheck. He promised he would be with me. And the giver is better than his gifts. His presence is better than his power. His word is more comforting than even what his words can accomplish. So since he is the Prince of Peace, as described by Isaiah in chapter number 9 of his book, and since he said, I am leaving you with the gift in John 14:27, peace of mind, I choose peace. I choose peace. And that's got to be your choice.
You know, Tim, I love that you say that because this season has been so peaceful amidst being uncertain. Man, like when I resigned, and it's been, gosh, how many months? It's been 3 months, I think.
Okay.
And so the peace that we feel in the home, it feels like a lot of like the stressors kind of have been pulled off. And so, I mean, like my wife and I feel like we're in such a better place. And so it's like, it was, I have no doubt in like the decision to walk away.
Yes, sir.
Right. And to make that decision, because of the peace that's been. And yeah, like we're trusting the Lord for some things, believing, but it's like, I don't know that I would go back. You know, like
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not hurting to get back because just the peace,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
And you know, in this process, I took like you know, a block of time, and I went up to there's this overlook in Huntsville, and I was just talking to the Lord. I was like, Lord, I need to hear from you. And man, Tim, like when I tell you this, like I said, Lord, I need to hear from you. And what it felt like was like he was yelling at me, but not like in a aggressive, like you're in trouble.
Right.
But it was like he yelled over me that I was his son.
Mm.
And I'm sitting there on this overlook. And in that moment I was like, well, then let me get rid of everything else.
Wow.
That's gonna try to like pull me from that. And so yeah, it's a unique season, it's a unique time. Um, just laying stuff down
Yeah.
that has really just been identity for me. Um, to let the Lord come in
Yes, sir.
and just be a son. That's
Yes.
enough.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so, oh man,
Yeah.
and you know, it's interesting. You know, obviously raised by a single mom, like I've seen this before from the lens of being a child,
Yes, sir.
but this is the first time I've had to like walk through it as a man,
Yep.
as the leader of my family.
Yes, sir.
And the thing in my head is that the Lord helps us do hard things.
He does.
You know, this idea that we were made to do hard things, and you know, I think that's one of the reasons I was able to walk away is that, man, I've seen so many. I've had bosses. I've had, you know, we all have our stuff, so I don't
Yeah.
judge too harshly,
Yeah.
right? Because we're all on a journey.
Yeah.
But it's like I've seen what ministry can do to them, cynicism, unbelief,
Yeah.
I mean, the last call. I mean, I've seen. Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
that guy's a good man. I hope
He
he hears
is
this.
a good
He's
man.
a good.
Oh
He's a
my
good man.
God. He is a
But
great man.
I've had leaders and seen coworkers in all stages in between, and I think for me, I was not content enough to stay because it's the godly thing. You sacrifice and lose my soul, man.
Amen.
I just like it's not worth it. My
It's
family's
not.
not worth it.
It's not, bro.
And so yeah, man, it's just been like, okay, Lord, I trust you, you know.
Yeah. Man, I'm so proud of you. I'm so very proud of you, man, because here is a fact. You just mentioned it. There are so many people in ministry right now that don't know how to get off the merry-go-round.
Yeah.
And they're sick, they're disoriented, they're puking, either externally or internally.
All over people.
All over people.
Yeah.
All over themselves.
Mhm.
And they're making a mess of the entire merry-go-round that they're desperately asking other people to join. Right? And I love the church. I love serving the church. My pastor is going on a retreat for the whole month of June. And so me and the executive pastor have to teach in his stead while he's gone. I love doing all that kind of stuff. I don't love any of that more than I love being a son. I made sure nobody called me by any titles when I was a lead pastor. And in this season of my life, nobody can convince me I'm not doing ministry.
That's right.
Because if I'm a believer in Jesus, whatever I'm doing is ministry. I am his light in the earth, doing good works so that they will glorify my Father in heaven. I am an ambassador of Christ. I speak on behalf of God when I tell people, come back to Yeshua. Come back to God through Yeshua. No, I don't need to work for a 501c3 church for that to be the truth. So my identity has been liberated from anything other than being Adonai's child.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how old I get, I will be his child. So there's a freedom in that. And I told our tribe yesterday, not yesterday, last week, I said, I'd rather be broke and have peace than to have a bag in chaos. I promise you, I'll just keep shuffling all this money through all these accounts, and I need to put this over from savings and then put this back over here and then bring that down from there and then borrow that from over there. Put this back in. Hey, don't do that until Friday. And then, hey, chill. We just going to eat sandwiches this week. And then, you know what I'm saying? We'll get Chipotle next Saturday. You could have a burrito, one burrito. Let's get a bowl. No, the burrito will get you a little more fuller. Y'all don't want you to be hungry again in 2 hours. I need you to chill. I'd rather have peace. I've had some money, and when I had some money, we did fun stuff, and we took trips, and we did that, and then now we ain't got the money, so we're gonna have a staycation. I'm still taking July off. Where you going? Probably nowhere. I'm taking it off. Why? July is my Sabbath month. God can do more when I'm resting than he can when I'm stressing.
That's right.
And so I just pray that everybody gets to experience what we're experiencing now. Nobody would prescribe it, right? Nobody volunteers for it. But if you get the opportunity, if God trusts you and gives you the opportunity to do it, you get to really announce to yourself and to all of hell, please don't think that my relationship with Yeshua is contingent on how much is in my bank account. Please don't get it twisted. Please don't think my relationship with Yeshua is because of a title or a position or a parking space that I had. I don't need none of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's good, man. It's even fun. It's even funny. You know, yesterday you guys had the situation. You're upgrading and stuff like that, and I got the message. Oh, we're gonna shift to Tuesday, and the Lord was like, He was like, Tim Ross doesn't have to be your answer, but you're gonna get to talk to him.
That's awesome.
But I'm gonna be your answer. I was like, okay, Lord, you're right. You're right.
It's so good.
I'm looking in the wrong way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that. I love how the Holy Spirit can tweak our perspective. Yeah. We're here for each other, but we're dependent on the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
Any of us can fail, but the Holy Spirit's never going to fail. We could get knocked offline. All kind of stuff can happen, but he is our constant. He is our constant.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, you said something about, you were talking about presence over, you know, everything earlier. And on Sunday, our pastor, we actually found a new church in the area. You know, it's been great to just kind of walk in and walk out, attend church. But he talked about this idea of we all sit in seats, right? And he kind of pulled these chairs up on the platform, and basically he sat two seats and, you know, facing each other. And he said the one seat is Jesus. He says, are you facing him or are you facing out? Right. And so he kind of used this idea of, you know, Mary and Martha, right? The work will come and go.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I think anybody who's been around a ministry, really in life, can relate to that. Work will come and go.
Yep.
And someone else will step up to come and take it.
Yep.
But Jesus says the one thing that won't be taken is that spending time.
That's right.
Is that presence, the worship. And so that's something that stirred me. I was like, okay, Lord, I need to turn my seat. You know, and so
I love that.
the Lord has been really clear.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful image, man. Yeah, let's face each other. Yeah, let's see him face to face. Let's talk to him. Yeah, I don't want him looking at the back of my head.
Yeah, for real. I'm bald.
So good.
You know? There's nothing to look at anyway.
Oh, that's really funny.
Talk about what ministry did to me. No, I'm just kidding.
That is hilarious. That's so funny. Man, Stephen, thank you so much for calling. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you.
Same here. Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. Man, I hope in whatever way I can, just to encourage you, you know, what you're doing is making a big impact in people, in my life.
Thank you.
So thank you for first being brave so I could follow in your footsteps, and just thank you.
Thank you,
so
Stephen.
much.
I love you, man. I'm honored to serve you, bro. Thank you for the encouragement.
Love you too.
Thank you, bro.
Amen.
Have a great day. My warmest regards to your wife and kids, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
See
God
ya.
bless you.
Bye.
Wow. What a day. Who's next?
We got Alicia pulling up on us.
Let's get it.
Alicia, welcome to Wide Open. You're on with Tim Ross.
Hi, Timmy.
Hi, Alicia. How you doing?
We can see this so we can see each other. How are you?
I'm
Hi.
doing well. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm just gonna get straight into it. First of all, I thank you I thank you for every single thing that you're doing. As I am on this quest to be closer to the Lord, like that is my main focus. Watching you and listening to you every single day, it helps me to know the direction of which I need to go in order for me to achieve that, and in order for me to be healed and whole and to do all of the things that I need to do with the past trauma that I've been through and all of the things. I thank you for your wisdom and like your sacrifice to sit here every single day for 3 hours. And the ways that you help me through answering other people's questions, because I've asked before, but then I'll get an answer and it's like, well, I ain't need to talk to Timmy because he answered my question anyway. So I'm so thankful for you, for Huli, for Hector and Derek. And I just thank you that you all are sacrificing, whatever it is that you're sacrificing to be there in that room.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you. So we're going to talk. I have 2 questions.
Yes, ma'am.
The first question I have, please don't call me ma'am. You are, don't do that. But you were talking to Ron about the narcissist. And here lately in my family, I see those traits.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to build themselves in the family dynamic of my family. My mother is me, my main family is me, my mother, and my 3 siblings, my sisters, I have 2, and then my little brother. And to give you context with that, my stepdad, he passed away at 55.
Okay.
He had heart failure. And for me, I know my dad, yet my stepdad was my dad, in place of where my dad should have been, could have been, and he was not. My stepdad stepped in, and I kind of got the best version of him. I didn't really find that out. I'm 37 now. He's been in my life. He was in my life from the time I was 12 until he passed away.
Okay.
So he's been a grandfather to my son. My son called him Pop Pop. He's been there the whole time. And I didn't know how much of the best version of him that I got until I met his other children. And just here recently, we found out there's like 12 of them. Outside of the home, like in our home, he tried to be dad, but I'm my mother's child. So him trying to be my dad, I know my daddy. So
right.
You can't be my daddy.
Right,
you can't
for sure.
take the place of my daddy. It's not that my dad is not a good dad. I've learned with men, either when things happen emotionally for you guys, what I've learned through the men that I've been around is either they will fight or they will run. And my dad ran. Okay. When him and my mother were married and that didn't work out, he ran to California. So a lot of the California stuff that you do, it brings back memories, because when he was in my life and I would visit him in California, I would go visit him, and a lot of that I have reference to.
Okay.
But after a while, he stopped showing up because he has other children. I'm the oldest of 6. Now I'm the oldest of 7 because he has a child my son's age at 9. And so he has another family. And then my mother started building another family. But when my stepdad passed away, his brother passed away a year before him. And he's younger. I think his brother was about 53 for the same reasons, heart failure.
Okay.
And at that time, him and my mother were not together. They were not divorced, but they were not together.
Okay.
She made him go back to his parents' home in Arkansas. And I have to ask for forgiveness later. What she found out in their marriage is he was not just having affairs. He was like in this swingers ring. He was sleeping with a whole lot of people.
Okay.
And him and this woman that he was with, this group of swingers were like married couples. And what we found out, for me, what was interesting for me is that it was their lifestyle. Like, we not just doing this in our eyes to be having sex pervertedly. This is a lifestyle we had. So my stepdad and this woman entered into this group of people portraying to be married just so they could have sex with a whole bunch of women and whatever they were doing. And so they found out that my mother was actually his wife. And they, started telling her things, and they have a name for this group and all of these things. So at the funeral, Timmy, it's something straight out of Medea. This lady, now we know who this woman looks like, what she looks like. We're at the funeral. Mind you, my mother really didn't want to be at the funeral because, like I said, they were not together. So she's there for my siblings, my little brother and my little sister. My sister that's under me, she has a different dad. The only dad she ever knew was my stepdad, but she has a different biological father. So my younger brother and sister are his children. So she's there because without her being there, my little brother and my little sister wouldn't deal with his family because it's like that.
Gotcha.
And so my mother has to in turn do all of these things for the funeral. She has to plan everything. So we get there to the funeral, we walk in, and it's time for everybody to come up and see him and say goodbye. How about this heifer walks up to the casket, and I'm looking and I see my mother get up. And before I let my mother fight in the church, I'm going to throw hands in the church. That's just how I see it. You know, I'm not going to let her fight in this situation. If anything, I'm the oldest. I'm going to do it. You're not going to do it. And I'm not going to let you show that side of yourself in this place. So when she gets up, I get up. And the woman starts backing up and running away, of course. And so they put her out. And it's like ever since then, there has been this like trace of, you know, my stepdad was low key, well, not, he was low key narcissistic. He had these hidden ways about him, like to try to control. Now I see certain things. I'm gonna try to get in good with you. I could see it like when he would try to be my dad and I wouldn't allow it. I'm trying to get in good with you so I can have a control over your mother. When I saw all of the things that happened to my mother that she found out, it broke my mother. And my mother's like this woman king type of woman and very strong. And I saw him break her. Like I saw him break my mother down. So now it just feels like that spirit that was within him that kind of gravitated into our families trying to make way. So the question I have for that is like, what boundaries are you able to put up when you are dealing with covert narcissism? Because I see it when she calls me, I'm the one that she kind of calls about her friendships. She attracts narcissistic people. And then there are traits of it in her. Like my little sister is pregnant and she's pregnant by a dude that my mother wouldn't really want her to be pregnant by. And the facets of that situation is kind of like, I want you to do this my way. But my sister is trying to learn how to navigate this, knowing like having the head on her shoulders. Like I put myself in this situation. I can't, there's nothing I can do about being pregnant by him. And now I have to learn how to navigate this on my own. But my mother wants to kind of like have control and they're butting heads and I'm in the middle. And yet at the same time, we are trying to be closer to the Lord, especially me and my mother. So while we're trying to break these ties that we have with this narcissistic system that's trying to make its way into our family, it's hard to like identify it. I see it because I've dated narcissists and then I see it in her friendships. And it's like, you got to kind of like build these boundaries and maintain them. So my first question is, how do you maintain and build those boundaries with people that you know have those traits, or where you have them, you see them and identify them within yourself?
Yeah, so I appreciate you so much for calling, for allowing me to hear your story, being vulnerable. Vulnerability looks really good on you. I'm so appreciative of it. When it comes to dealing with anybody, whether they're narcissists or not, boundaries are very important. Specifically with narcissists, you have to have strong boundaries and they have to be vocalized. They cannot be implied. Boundaries are not the invisible. Okay, let me say it this way. Boundaries are not uncommunicated lines that you have drawn.
No.
Boundaries are not, I'm keeping my distance. Boundaries are words that have been communicated to the individual about what can and cannot happen in this relationship, what will and will not happen in a discourse, in an interaction, in a conversation, in a friendship, in a relationship, in a family dynamic.
Mhm.
It has to be communicated. And so once you've recognized the traits and the behaviors, again, the only person you can control is you.
Mhm.
Sometimes, well, a lot of times, when a person can identify narcissistic traits, they try to build boundaries for themselves and other people.
Mhm.
But you can't control nobody else.
Mhm.
I told you to stay away from him. You shouldn't be talking to him. He a narcissist. He gonna gaslight you. They got to find out for themselves.
Yeah.
I call it faithing around and finding out, just so I won't say the other F word that people are so alarmed by. So they're gonna have to faith around and find out, right? And so communicate the expectations appropriately, clearly, and then they have to be enforced. When they cross them, you got to check them. It does not have to be adversarial. It does not have to be combative. It just has to be, I'm not doing this with you.
Mhm.
Hey, I told you in a previous conversation that when you did this, I would draw the line. We can't have a conversation if you're going to talk to me this way. We can't have a conversation if you're going to act this way. If this is the way your behavior is going to be, we can't talk.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I don't come over your house for this reason.
Yes.
Right? Like, I will see you at grandmama's house. That's neutral. If you come to my house, you already know what your guidelines are. The reason why I don't come to your house is because of this. I've told family members, the reason why I don't come to your house outside of Thanksgiving, Christmas, and maybe an emergency is I don't like this particular dynamic
Mhm.
that you have in your house, and this is your house. You get to do what you want in your house. What I'm not going to do is come over and frustrate myself over something I don't like in your house.
And see, that's the issue. Like, I talk to my sister separately and I talk to my mom separately. My mom tries to get her to come to live with her. And my sister is like, no, because I already know how that's going to be. You're going to get mad at me because I have ways that you don't like. And in my own home, I can work out how I feel in my way, and you can work around out how you feel in your own way in your house.
That's right.
But when you're living together, there's a certain respect you already have that is already applied to the situation because you're my mother.
That's right.
But then I, being me, knowing myself, I'm gonna be like, no, you can't talk to me like that.
Right.
You can't do those things. And if I'm living in your house, I cannot overstep those guidelines in your house because you in your house.
Right.
If I'm here, I can tell you I have this boundary, and if we cross it, I'm just not gonna talk to you.
For sure.
If I'm living in your house, there's certain spaces where I cannot exercise certain boundaries because we in your house.
Right.
And so it's like trying to help them both to understand, like, in this space, because I've lived with my mother as an adult for a long time until I came into the place that I live now by myself. You're gonna have to build up boundaries. And I heard you say it on the pod the other day, like, you'll have a relationship that'll be better if you're separately living from each other.
Absolutely.
So it might be beneficial for you, even though it'll be a struggle with a child, for
Right.
you to live on your own.
Yeah.
And she can help you from over there.
That's right.
Because you know how you are.
That's
And
right.
she knows how she is.
That's
and
right.
if you know that already going into it, because you've seen how I've lived in her house and how that was a struggle for me living in her house, being an adult, don't put yourself into a situation. And that's the thing that they're having an issue with. Like, I see it this way, my mother, and then my sister sees it another way. And it's like, you already talking about she disrespectful over the phone.
Right.
What's gonna happen if y'all in the same house?
Exactly.
My nigga, y'all gonna be fighting.
Right.
And I ain't, I'm 6 hours away from you. That ain't something I can come and intervene in. And then you have my younger siblings who they handle themselves in a different kind of way. That's gonna be tumultuous, and they already are navigating this space with their dad and the things that he did. We don't need to make it worse than what it is, because a part of it is my mother has this savior complex, having that warrior queen type of personality. It's like, I gotta fix it.
Right.
Well, you can be a single parent. No, you don't.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
got herself in that situation. She gonna navigate it through it in the best way she knows how. And hopefully she goes to the Lord as we try to show them with our relationships with the Lord to do. Because you can't do that for her. You a grandma, you ain't mommy.
Right.
Nigga, you got to stay over there. And that's hard for her because, you know, that's what she talks about. I've done so much. Yeah. And a lot of that, sometimes you got to realize you shouldn't have. Some of that stuff you should not have done. Some of those things you were not required to do. You put that on yourself because you got this savior complex about yourself that you think you were supposed to because you are a mama. No, nigga, sometimes we got to hit the floor.
That's
And you
right.
want us to hit the floor.
That's
You want to be the
right.
cushion that cradles before we hit the floor so we can slide onto it. No, sometimes that hurt.
That's right.
It help you not do it again.
Yeah.
My son the other day trying to help me cook. I know what I'm doing, mama. Okay, I'm gonna let you do it. Then he burned himself and it wasn't no bad burn.
Mm-hmm.
Now he like this morning. No, I'm gonna let you do that part. I help. You know, I put the butter up here. I help you.
Yeah.
So burn
Right.
that help you to see. Like mama know how to navigate this stove a little different than I do.
Right.
So it's kind of like you have to have those boundaries. And for my mother, it's like you having a boundary, like you said to Ron, like they see boundaries. That's how I know that that narcissism is trying to creep in because she'll look at boundaries like you disrespected me or it's appalling. Like you gonna give me a boundary and I'm your mother. No, I need to, partially it's for your protection because if I don't have it, I'll depend on you in a way I shouldn't.
Correct.
Because I get to asking for things from you that I should not ask.
Correct.
That I should probably be going to the Lord for.
Correct.
So
I'm with it.
It's a difficult thing because I know like the loss of all of that has happened and what went on with my stepdad and how ghetto of a show that was and how it played out for my siblings because then she found out at my stepdad's brother's funeral that my stepdad had twins at the same time she was pregnant with my little brother. The family had hid all of that. And so it's like there are things she hasn't processed through. And it's just like you have to build boundaries for yourself. Now that we are older, it is most apparent for you because now you're going to be a grandmother twice and you need to heal through things you haven't even sorted through for yourself from the very beginning of seeing whatever you needed to see with my stepdad that you didn't want to identify. You married him anyway.
Right.
And now you see all of these things that have piled up. And it's like, I don't know. And she tells me this, like, I don't know, Alicia, if I should have ever been married to him. Well, now you have a space where you could process through that, but you can't bring us along with you on that journey. That's your journey.
Right. Yeah. Codependency and enmeshment is a real thing.
Ugh.
And parents need to learn that your children are your children. They're not your friends.
Yes.
Like if you get adult children at a certain age, I'm sure you could have a change in the relationship where it is more like a friendship.
Friendly.
But let your kids grow up. Go handle your business with somebody else. Find some peers and find some people that you can talk to, whether it's somebody at your church, whether it's a therapist, or whether it's your peers. But please don't trauma dump on your children. I am talking to parents. Please do not trauma dump on your children. Your children do not deserve to be carrying around your dysfunction at an age where they're still trying to learn how to function. The 9-year-old don't need to know how bad your relationship was with your daddy. Neither does your 20-year-old. There is a difference between sharing a story and bleeding a story out. Don't bleed on your kids. They do not deserve to be covered in the blood of your trauma. Talk about the wound when it's no longer bleeding, when it's fully healed and it's just a scar. Point to it and say, oh, I got shot right here. I got stabbed right there. Oh, I got nicked right here emotionally. But don't be pointing to it when it's got a bunch of blood in it and then got the nerve to rub their face. I just think some of these parents are, this is what happens when you never grew up. You don't see your child as your child. You see your child as your playmate.
Ooh.
Because if you never grew up, then your child just becomes your playmate because you still a child. Okay, I just needed to get that off my chest real quick.
That was good.
Yeah. I'm proud of you for having the self-awareness and the attunement to the environment where you could go, yeah, I think I might need to put some boundaries around myself.
Mm-hmm.
I see all this stuff going on around me, and I don't need to be involved in all that.
Mm-hmm.
So let me put these people on notice. It has saved you. I mean, your mental health would be, you'll have so much peace.
Yes.
People would have so much more peace in their life if they tell certain family members, go ahead and keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Child, I gotta tell you what so and so did. No, you know what? You can go ahead and keep that to yourself. No, just real quick. No. I'm cool. I actually don't want to know. I'm okay.
We get so comfortable in that though, Timmy. We get so comfortable in feeling like we got to be a dumpster for people's gossip.
I promise
I
you.
don't care.
I don't want to be a dumpster, nor do I want to be the recipient of your bootleg TMZ recap. I just don't care. I just don't want to care. I just don't want to know. Did you hear what happened with so-and-so? Sure didn't. Man, let me tell you. No, I actually don't want to know. Like, I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Yes.
You know, if it reaches some, critical mass public announcement that I can't avoid, I guess that's when I'll know. But I don't need to know about what's going on with everybody's single solitary life. I'm trying to steward mine.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this next one. Oh, because the Lord has been talking to me, and really this morning, and He's sending me back into that space where my mother is, and I was like, I can't go back and live with her. That's not happening, Lord. So we don't need to maintain that because I'm not going back and living in her house. And yeah, and back into that system of trying to combat the narcissism and all of that goes on, even in the area that she lives in.
Mm-hmm.
So, what it is that I need, because this is what the Lord told me when I first moved into the house with my mother in 2019. He told me I hear his voice in my ear like Moses spoke to him, like he spoke to Moses face to face.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something he always reiterates to me, and he'll say it through other people. And so when I heard him this morning, I'm like, if it's not you, I don't want to go. If it's not you, I'm not going to do it. If you're not in the relationships that you're calling me to go back into, that I once was in, but I found myself sitting in, if you're not sending me there, and you're not going to be in it, because I'm not going to put myself in a space where I'm going to be separate from you.
Right.
And then I read in Exodus, I think 34 it is, where Moses said the same thing. Right after I prayed it to him, I read it. So I just need affirmation, or you to pray for me, because I don't like being in a confusing space with the Lord where I feel like I know I hear your voice, but I don't know what that means. And I've heard you say, like, just because the Lord said it doesn't mean you know what he meant by it.
For sure.
So I just want clarity about it, and I'm not going to make any moves. I don't have right now. I know he didn't mean right now.
For sure.
Or anything, but, just to get clarity for the near future for what it is that he meant by what he said.
Yeah. I want to affirm the frustration that comes with getting a word, but then not knowing what to do. right? Like I I I I have a couple of those right now where I'm like, you said
Yeah,
this, but now I'm going through
that.
that.
Mm.
Now I'm pretty sure you did say what you said,
Mm.
but it not. But if you did not, since I know you said it, I guess I got to deal with this. But this is hard.
Yeah.
And if you, I really don't like the okey doke. It feels
Yeah.
like a okey doke.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? Like, I know it's not an okey doke. He ain't playing games, but still, like, the way I'm experiencing it,
Right.
it's an okey doke.
Mm-hmm.
And he's okay with that. He's okay
Okay.
with that. What I've come to learn is that, and I'm, I'll be 50 next month, and I can't tell you how happy I am to be turning 50. I'm just as giddy. I'm just happy. And I think I think what I like about turning 50 is, I ain't been through everything, but I just know so much more now than I knew. Obviously in my 20s, 30s, and as my 40s come to a close, I'm just like, I don't have to get it right.
Mm.
If I could go back and tell young Timmy anything, it would be, hey man, obviously pray, try to get clarity on what the Lord is saying, talk to your multitude of counselors, and then just do whatever you think is best after all that. Because at the end of the day, he's going to be with you. Like, don't be so afraid to get it wrong.
Mm.
Don't have paralysis by analysis. You going to do some things and the result's going to be wonderful. And you're going to do some things and the result's going to be terrible. God's going to tell you to do some things and the result's going to be wonderful. God will also tell you to do some things and the results will be terrible.
Mm.
I mean, understand that Jesus's assignment was the cross.
Mm. Terrible.
I'm pretty sure that seemed like a good idea until the night before. Then we got our friends all up in the garden trying to pray till 4:00 in the morning. Talking about if there's any other way, Lord, let this cup pass. Well, I thought you said you was 10 toes down on the whole thing. Yeah, it sounded good in heaven. Now that I got down here,
The reality is much different.
it's much different. If I get a splinter in my toe, I'm looking crazy. Crucifixion? What? So I affirm that it can be a challenge, but I also just want to encourage you that you really can't make a wrong move.
Mm-hmm.
You pray, you discern the will of God, and then you move according to that, and he is with you always.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm in this space of when you talked about being a child, like that was a very difficult space for me to be in because of the relationship I have with my real dad. Like I said, I was never mad at him. I was angry with him and became indifferent towards him because I know my dad is a good dad. Like he's good at being a dad.
Yep.
You know, two of my siblings that I have on his side are stepchildren that he raised because their dad wasn't there. My dad is good at being a dad.
Yes, sir.
And I felt
yes,
like
ma'am.
abandoned.
Oh, my bad.
And I know you're good at being a good dad. Why didn't you choose to be a good dad to me?
Yep.
And so when the Lord established himself as my father, like father, that scripture that says father or mother may abandon you or can abandon you or will. I will always hold you close is the version that I read the most. I will always hold you close.
Yeah.
So me being his child, his daughter, it really matters not to me no more.
Amen.
It,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It's the space in me of like being unsure and having anxiety about it. Yet when I listen to you and people of the like, that's just like, just do it. Especially listening to you, because you'll be like, just do it.
Yeah.
If it like,
Yeah.
And I like that because some people may not find it helpful. To me, it's helpful because to me, I've commissioned myself as a student in life. So either way, I'm gonna learn something. It's gonna pay me either way. Even if it's painful, it's gonna pay me by teaching me something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just settling myself that this is just the way we're gonna lead life. Like, all right, G, where we going?
Yeah.
Where we going today? What we
Right.
doing today?
Right.
And however that goes.
Yes.
So I thank you for that.
No, not at all.
I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you.
Yeah. I'm grateful for all of you. You guys have a good rest of your day, and I just love you lots.
We love you too. Have a great day. We're honored to serve you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yo, man. Wow. This is, man, I'm grateful. I'm grateful we get to do this.
Confirm grateful.
Very, very grateful. Noah. Need my son real quick. Do we have another caller?
Yeah, we're waiting on Princeton to pull up on us.
Princeton.
But he'll be, I know, right?
That's a name right there.
Princeton. And he didn't go to college.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
He has no clue.
Princeton.
Noah.
I don't know.
Hello.
Princeton, you are on Wide Open with Tim Ross. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, Princeton, how you doing today?
I wish I could say I was doing better. I
Understand.
really wish I could. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. I try my best to be an open person, so that's what I'll do in this call.
For sure.
Please
Thank
forgive
you.
me in advance. I'm battling the stomach flu right now.
Oh man, I
So,
hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm day 3 into it, so I'm getting a little better.
For sure.
So anyway, I don't know how much you've looked into my story at all, but on April 7th last month, I lost my mother to a battle with brain cancer.
Oof. I'm sorry,
She
bro.
was 51 years old, and ironically enough, April 8th was my birthday.
Wow.
And so um it hasn't been easy, but at the same time, I don't feel like I've been grieving properly since it happened. I've been so busy and just so so inundated with work and school and everything in between. So I have been sort of drowning and burying myself
Okay.
in all of that, as opposed to just taking the time to properly grieve. My fear is when I do start to take the time to properly grieve, I kind of have a feeling of what could come up.
Okay.
I don't want to face it though.
Okay. And what do you feel like is gonna come up?
Well, first and foremost, I had an amazing relationship with my mom. I will say that off
Okay.
rip. It wasn't one of those traumatic relationships or anything like that. I had an amazing relationship with my mom. She was lovely, wonderful in every way. What I feel like is gonna come up is just a lot of emotions,
Okay.
and I've always been fearful of emotions, especially being a man and having to hold my own, take care of different things, obviously pay bills, hold down my fort and stuff like that. I don't know what I don't know what that will look like.
Okay. So it sounds like you just have a fear of the unknown.
Okay.
And that's not that is not uncommon. I think we all have fear and concern and trepidation around what we don't know. What's important is that we choose to step into the unknown, to honor the life, the memory, the contribution of what our loved ones meant to us. In this case, it's your mom. For me, it's my dad. And for you to properly get through this loss, you're going to have to feel. And you're going to have to feel things that are foreign to you. You will have to feel things that are uncommon. You will have to feel things that are new. You will have to feel things that are scary. What I want you to understand, though, is that if you choose not to feel these unfamiliar emotions, they will come find you at very inconvenient times. One of the statements I always say is, whatever doesn't come up and out of our words, up and out of our mouths through words, will come up and out of our body through actions. And so grief is one of those things that if we run from it or we choose not to deal with it, it will pop up when we least expect it and when we least wanted it to. And I don't want you to be in that type of scenario.
Yeah.
So tell me about.
In a way,
Oh, go ahead.
I you kind of confirmed what I had already been um, sort of feeling, especially with battling the stomach flu.
Really?
Um,
Really?
yeah, just I do feel like that's part of the things I'm just not letting out.
Okay, see, so it's in your body. It's coming out of your body.
Yep.
All right. What is your mommy's name?
Latanja.
Tell me about her.
Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me. Excuse me.
No, take your time. Take your time.
Well, she's basically a warm blanket. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
No, this is good.
That's basically how I can describe her.
Mm-hmm.
A warm blanket. It's like whenever anybody is in her presence, It's like she's always gonna take care of them. She's always gonna make sure they're they're very well put together. Whether it's fixing them a plate of food or um it could be anything.
Yeah.
Um she's she's who I learned the definition of love from. And she's also um she's also how I learned how to care for others.
Mm.
Because when I was when I was younger, I didn't know any better. And so I always used to, it was all about me, myself, and I.
Mm-hmm.
So as I started to get older and I started to see the fruit of both her and my dad, I started to realize that it comes from how they care for people, not who they care about, but
Mm.
how they care for people.
Yeah, for sure. Big
And
difference.
it's a big difference.
Yeah.
It is a big difference. And once I started to realize that I can look past the fruits of others, it was only through her that I could learn to do that. But once I started realizing that I could look past the fruits of other people,
Mm-hmm.
it became easier to care for other people.
It's great. I love it.
So I hate to put it like this because it sounds so cliche, but everything you would want in a mother,
Mm-hmm.
she had that. She made sure we were good to go. She was her main driving force was her being a foster child.
Wow.
So she wanted us to have what she didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
It also helped too, because way early on she became a believer and she basically got adopted by a church.
Wow.
So and that's where her and my dad met, and they were married as of last year. They were married for 32 years.
Wow. Oh my
So,
God, this is so awesome.
yeah. And I'm like, I can't, my mind, that's the only thing my mind still can't fathom is being married for that long.
Yeah.
So, but again, that's she taught me a lot.
Yeah,
She
for
taught me.
sure.
She was
Absolutely.
such an amazing woman.
Man, thank you for sharing her with us just through your memory and through your words. And it makes perfect sense why you got choked up and why the tears came. Because when you talk about a woman as exceptional as her, and what she overcame to be the woman, the wife, the mother that you came to know and love, yeah, I would cry too. If I lost my blanket, I would cry too. I wouldn't hold that in. That would be disrespectful to her. Your tears literally honor her. Your tears literally become the instrument that washes away the debris that allows you to really see the treasure your mom left you, the deposit that she left in you. It's beautiful.
Yes.
And I don't run from that. Embrace that. There is a pain in that grief that will not go away for some time. But the more you lean into it, the more that kind of stabbing pain, it lessens what you're left with are these beautiful memories and reminders and episodes and the pictures, the videos, the smell of certain foods, the clothes, it all stands as a tribute to the fact that this woman lived.
Yeah. And it's it's been hard to accept the fact that I miss her.
Mm.
And I feel as if at one point, I'm a child, I'm walking through life, I'm getting, I got my hand held,
Mm-hmm.
I got one hand um holding with my mom, other hand with my dad, and now
Mm.
it's just like now this hand is just hanging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's just
Yeah. Can you give some words to that? What does that feel like?
feel lost.
Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because it's one of those things where when you're when any of your parents are here, especially the ones or parents and guardians who raised you, you never think about what will I do when they're gone.
Of course. Of course. Yeah.
You don't, that's not necessarily something that you ever have to ponder upon, if you will.
Yeah.
Because you never really expect it to happen in the first place.
Exactly right.
You,
Our
you
parents
grow
have
up
been
and you're
there.
like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
always have my parents.
That's
I'm
right.
always have.
That's right.
They always gonna be here. They gonna see my grandchildren. They gonna see me get married. They
Yep.
gonna see it all.
Yes,
They gonna
sir.
be here through it all, no matter what.
Yep.
But to have that expectation all of a sudden, just like that.
Yep.
One thing I am grateful for, um, she battled it for about a year,
Mm.
and she ended up being in hospice care, and we were able to take care of her in, at home.
Yes, sir.
So I got to see her take her last breath.
Yeah.
So on one hand, that was comforting, knowing that I at least knew where she was
Yep.
when it had happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the other heartbreaking thing is, of course, a man lost his wife.
Yes, sir.
I lost my mother. My siblings lost their mother.
Yeah.
And I'm always used to being this extravagantly strong person. Everybody in the house always talks about it. Brinson doesn't show emotions and stuff like that. He's kind of cutthroat. He just goes through it. I'm like, I still feel certain things, but
Mm-hmm.
on the other hand, I love being strong for my siblings as well. Cause of course I have a sister, so
Mm-hmm.
naturally that's where a lot of the emotions are gonna flow from.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of just, opening up the space for her, hearing her out, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Which I have no problem with doing
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of weird too, because on the other hand, my dad, he's very open
Mm-hmm.
to emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing him even like initially like fly home from
Mm-hmm.
work,
Mm-hmm.
see my mother's dead body,
Mm-hmm.
that broke me.
Yeah.
And that sort of put a pause on anything that I could possibly feel
Yeah.
at that moment. Like, yes, I came from her loins, yes, but something about 32 years of love, 32 years of real love,
Mm-hmm.
just gone in an instant, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's at that point, that's when I started just burying myself in the work a lot more and just, okay, what else can I get into to, occupy my mind and not
Mm,
just sit there and um I were given the option at work throughout the week to work from home.
mm-hmm.
And on a normal basis, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm taking 2 or 3 days a week, and I'm gonna go ahead and work from home.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I will go to the office every day, just to have some sort of distraction, or at least be in a place where I know I can't show any of that.
Yeah.
Um,
Brins-
so I don't
Brinston,
know how much time we have left
yeah,
on
we
this
we
call.
got about 10 minutes left, but I want to ask a question. Um, what if you showed your father and your siblings a different kind of strength?
Meaning what?
Not the I got it all together, I pulled myself together so I could be there for you. Um, but it's the strength to be vulnerable enough to let them see that this has affected you as much as it has affected them. Now, I know that's scary, especially when you're known to be the opposite. But I was just thinking about like all of my favorite superheroes. And whether it's Batman or Superman or Daredevil, pretty much anybody in the MCU universe, I don't think I've seen one of them not have a moment where they were just reduced to tears. I mean, these people save the world. They fight aliens from other freaking galaxies.
Yeah.
And they all had moments where it was like, oh, damn, Iron Man's crying. I didn't know Iron Man had tear ducts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like, man, Bruce Banner is crying. Thor is sad.
Yeah.
Um, I just feel like I'm gonna say this, and this could be so sensitive that you might be like, all right, my boy, back off. You doing too much right here. But I'm gonna just throw it out there. Perhaps a gift that could only come with grief is that your love for your mother was so strong that you no longer felt the need to try to be strong. Like, and I'm not saying you manufacture it or whatever, but if you felt longing for her and your sister saw you crying or your father saw you crying, that could be like a damn. I mean, I know he loved mama, but if he don't ever cry like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like if anybody's worthy of that, based on what you just told me about your mom.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there could be a different gift that you give your family, and that is seeing you grieve and feeling safe enough to express that grief. Because I could hear it even on audio, man. As you were talking, I could hear you like catching it. And I'm not saying you need to or have to let it go with me, but I think with the family, if that kind of emotion comes, I just think you should tell your body, hey man, don't try to lock me out of this moment. I am going to cry. And I may have never ugly cried before, but they about to get it today.
Yeah.
And just let them have it, man, because I think that's going to be a moment that allows them to be closer to you and you get closer to them as y'all continue to grieve.
Yeah. I will say, and again, thank you for holding this space for me.
For sure.
I definitely appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
But it hasn't been all bad.
Good.
It hasn't been all bad. I would say back in December, that's when my mom started becoming, very incapacitated. She wasn't speaking to anybody. And she stopped moving and being able to do anything on her own. And for whatever reason, I just started going to the movie theaters a lot more. And I was wondering, I'm like, why is there either there's a lot of good movies coming out, or this is a healing space for me or something like that? Because I'm like, I've been every single time it would be like, if it wasn't twice in a week, it would be once a week at least. And I was going to the movie theaters, and I'm like, I love the smell of the popcorn, and I get my drink and all the overly expensive drink that you got to go into debt for and all that.
Right.
The $18 popcorn and the we'll give you a discount on the movie itself.
Exactly.
Everything else you're gonna pay for that.
Right. The movie theater has been tariffed.
Yes. Pre-Trump.
That's right. They always had a tariff in the movie theaters.
Yes. I didn't put two and two together until after my mom died. The reason why I enjoy going to the movie theaters so much is because of all the times that I would go to the movie theaters with my mom. And if it wasn't just going with her, it would be all of us going as a family, which that was a task in itself.
Right.
It's like now when I go to the movie theaters, I can hear her saying like, hey, pass this down to your brother, pass this down to so and so. I can hear that, like, literally as soon as I get into the movie theater and the commercials start rolling, I can hear her it's almost like I can hear her voice.
Yeah.
Saying that, or I'm like replaying it in my head again, like, hey, pass this down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just get this little smile on my face. It's not even tears or anything. It's just a smile.
Yeah.
I'm just like, those were like the little moments that, in a way, I don't feel like I'm taking it for granted, because I'm still doing it, and it's still something that I can remember her by.
Absolutely.
But I didn't at the time, I didn't think anything of it.
Oh, for sure.
Because I thought that this is gonna be something that we did.
Oh yeah, forever. Absolutely.
I remember the last movie that I saw with her was Creed 3.
Oh wow.
I distinctly remember that. So
wow. Yeah. Man, all those things become so special once you it's we do not put in our minds, and we shouldn't. I don't think we should. I don't think we would be able to enjoy the present if we put our minds on the future. Like I won't have this always, and this won't always be here. It's like, nah, I'm gonna be in the moment. But then once it's gone, though, going to the movie theater is gonna hit different forever. right? You'll never hear Creed 3 come up where you don't think about her, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's man, I think one of the blessings of our lives is to have memories.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Without them, life just does not. It wouldn't be as good. Life just wouldn't be as good without memory. Because that's how we move forward. It's like she can't be with us presently anymore. But in memory, oh.
When I tell you the stories, if it wasn't the stories, it's the quotes. She used to make all types of you're from the old school church, so I know they used to pass around those books of hymns.
Yeah, the hymnals.
Yep.
Yep.
She, like, that woman basically made her own book of hymns. Like but it just every little thing. Like, I don't it it's to the point now where I'm like, I'll gas her up as much as I want to,
For
because
sure.
she really was one of them ones.
Absolutely,
She really
man.
was.
Absolutely. And you taking the time to allow us to have even a sliver of insight into how beautiful your blanket was is a gift that I do not take for granted. I thank you for feeling safe enough to honor your mother with us and to let us know her name and to let us know how she was and to let her know how instrumental and important she was to you. I do not take that for granted. It is a gift that you gave us today. And I really, really appreciate it.
Appreciate you all for just showing me the fruits, and just because I've been watching you all for some years now, but yeah, just showing that you all are, trustworthy
Thank you, man.
with being able to hold this information.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Well, man, I love you. I'm so proud of you. And man, as often as she comes up for you, put words to it. Cry, talk, laugh, feel the sadness. She's worth it. She's worth it. She's worth it.
He is worth it.
Yeah, she's absolutely worth it. She's worth all the emotions that you have. You can be angry that she's gone. You know what I mean? You get to feel everything. But it won't kill you to feel. It will heal you to feel.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to.
No, man, take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
I think I'm definitely grateful for the advice.
For sure.
I know a lot of people call you Theo Tim. I'm black, so I'm gonna call you Aunt.
Yes, sir.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, you've always been that for me.
Thank you,
So
man.
I definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely. Honored to have you as my nephew. I appreciate you and I love you, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Have a great day, okay?
Yeah, he was well.
Okay, I'll
Feel
talk to you
better.
soon.
Love you, brother. Bye.
Love you all.
All right, man. Peace.
I forgot to ask him if he went to college.
You wanted to know where he went
Well,
to
'cause
college?
Hector.
Princeton.
Never mind. I'll DM him.
Okay. Nathan, come.
That was cute. That was so cute.
I'm not sure if you know this now. Noah did leave with Juliet, I think.
Oh, they
Like,
went somewhere.
They left the premises.
That's their fault.
That's the
My guy, I love you, handsome. You good? Hey, get dressed. We're gonna take today's Papa's birthday, so we're gonna take Grandma Maxie out to honor Papa. His favorite meal is breakfast, so we're gonna go to 7 Mile. Good? Okay. I don't know if Noah will be back by the time we leave, but yeah, we go. Okay. All right. Yo, my soon-to-be 17-year-old is so handsome, stunning. Oh my gosh. Sheesh. Tell you something. The interview we gonna put whoever he gonna marry through. Oh my gosh, she gonna be like, Lord Jesus. He's not all that. Not to you.
Next.
Next.
She said that?
Yeah. The
Next.
moment she says that, get out.
Yep.
Any requirements?
Any requirements?
Yeah. Ace, rage, height, width.
Width is wild.
He can't help himself. Yeah, we're not. There are requirements.
Yeah.
But they are much more nuanced than just like physical pulchritude and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Education. Like,
Any past traumas that won't be accepted?
there's no past traumas off limits because we know how humanity hits.
Amen.
But you do know we're going to 12:10.
Oh, 12:10.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta turn that off.
Retracted.
I turned it off.
Yeah, because
I was just a
we,
little-
Wide
we-
frozen.
Yeah, we were wired frozen for 9 minutes, and so this must be a 3-hour pod.
Yeah.
And the only way for it to be a 3-hour pod is to end at 12:10.
So what are some of the requirements?
The requirements are nuanced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna need this individual to be, like normal, and to be open to confrontation.
Eye contact.
Eye contact is a must.
Yep.
If you don't have eye contact, she's done. Yo, excuse me. Wow.
If she's a club goer, bar goer, thoughts on that?
I don't have a problem
Yep.
with her being a club goer and a bar goer if it was in her past.
So not currently twerking, but if it was a past twerk
Yep.
approved. Gotcha.
We will accept past twerks.
Past twerklet.
But I don't think Nathan's gonna attract any twerkers.
Yeah.
I mean, he could. He's really good at drums.
He is. Drew posted a video of
Oh,
him
dude, he's
playing
doing
recently
great. Very
this
talented.
weekend, and I was like, Drew, this is not Nathan right now.
That was
What?
Nathan. He drummed Teen Spirit,
That tripped me out.
Like, he sounded
Great
amazing.
song.
but the drums carry that drum.
Yeah, exactly.
And he turned into Bam Bam,
Bro turned into Dave Grohl.
bro.
It's a
He locked in.
He crushed.
Yeah.
He is very gifted. Last week, me and Derek stayed a little longer. We're like, like when a kid wants to show off their talent. So we were like, hey, we're staying long. Play a song for us. And he was so locked in. And I just saw that creative twinkle in his eye, like just go off. I'm
Oh,
like,
he gets it.
This is very special.
Oh, bro, I'm like, I don't force my kids to do anything, and you cannot stop going to drum practice. Like, you cannot stop learning. Like, I want to like send him to drum camps, and like, I'm
Yeah.
like, so like if he keeps it up, he will be a very proficient drummer, and when that happens, then the twerkers will come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we'll just have to navigate.
Did he say he wanted to live in Australia, or he's going to live in Australia soon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, he might lock in a little snow little snow bunny, potentially.
Well, the beautiful thing is the beautiful thing about Australia is that the whole world is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Australasia.
Yeah.
Melting pot.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no, for real. When we would walk down from there were restaurants of every country, Vietnamese, Colombian, you name it.
you name it.
You name it. There's everything.
So he could be with
Wild.
somebody from literally anywhere
Bali.
in the whole world.
Yep.
You know,
Colombia.
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 I got cousins. JK, I would know.
They're not good. Oh man. Not Huli just giving a smile, but really saying hell no.
They're currently twerking.
Shout out requirements.
Shout out requirements, man. So send in the resume. We have the Google Doc link in the description. Love you all, and God
Linktree.
is good.
It's hilarious.
Become a member. We'll send you the link.
Shout out members.
Yeah, there's gonna be there will be a rigorous application process.
Yeah, for sure.
For whoever wants to marry my children.
And you got to be careful with the snow bunnies. I mean, there's just a lot going on out there.
Is it?
Oh my God.
What's happening?
I don't know.
You just got to be careful. That's all I'm
Not
saying.
tracking.
Well, I need you to elaborate.
I can't elaborate too much. I don't want to expose them. You know, it's their vulnerability.
What
I
is
don't want.
Then why'd you mention it?
I'm married to one, but I got lucky. She's half a colonizer. She's British and has a Dutch descent, a little Germanic in there. But I got lucky. You know, the Lord did a little number
The
on her.
Dutch colonized too.
So I'm saying cause that's triple colonization. But I got lucky. I'm just saying.
And then the German side tried to dominate the world.
I'm gonna turn my mic off.
This thing is sliding downhill. So funny.
The
Hector
snowflakes
said,
and the bunny emojis in the chat are killing me right now.
Y'all are wild.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, you mean Hector?
We're guilty by association.
We're guilty by
Because you're
association.
laughing.
Oh well.
Triple colonization.
Triple colonization is crazy sauce.
Whew.
The bunnies in the chat are killing me. They keep on putting snowflakes and bunnies in the chat. Dude.
No.
It's like,
Oscar Mina said that mine's is half Puerto Rican and a mix of other colonizers.
Okay.
It's the craziest. Everybody's just going to start looking at their 23andMe and going, where am I from? And then where's the colonizers?
Oh my goodness.
I'm 7.9% colonization.
got a couple collies in the chat.
But you know what? I didn't really have colonization. The white guy, Tom Ross, he married the Nigerian woman that got off the boat in East Texas. He married her. He was already married to a white woman and had 2 kids with her. He married my grandmother times 7 or something like that. Great grandmother times 6 or 7. He had 5 children with her, and that's where we all came from.
Everybody's shouting out
So
there.
like
This is
sister
crazy.
wives kind of thing.
Well, I mean, back then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had,
it's all over the Bible. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll talk about the children of Israel, but they came from 12 different, they came from 4 different wombs.
Yeah.
Leah had 6, Zilpah had 2, Bilhah had 2, and then Rachel had 2. That's where the 12 sons of Israel come from.
Me.
When Rachel and Leah, because they were having like a baby war. It's like, who can have the most? Jacob was busy as hell,
Bro's living his best life.
crawling up in all them tents.
Oh gosh.
Imagine waking up in the morning.
No way.
First of all, how dark is it in the tent that you don't know
And you know they
you
got
didn't have Rachel to the next day?
Ugh.
Whew. I'm gonna tell you what though, Leah had the good because she had 6, so she had the El Nana.
Oh, Nana. You done started.
I know y'all wasn't expecting to hear that today.
That's a
Shout
good
out
song.
Tent City.
But yeah, Rachel only had 2. She had Joseph and she had Benjamin, and she died having Benjamin. Like he worked all that time for her, and on the second baby, she dies giving birth.
What a complete ripoff.
It's a ripoff.
No, not Salon. I stepped away for a sec. Why is the show still on? Damn. Salon's like, get off my line. Salon act like this is 1992, and it's like, get off my line. Somebody else trying to call. Yo, that's really funny.
So Tim, you were passing through Frisco?
I was passing through Frisco, cuz.
Saw that? You saw a little exit right there?
I saw a little driveway. I was like, hey, I might have to go up in here. But it wasn't going to be good.
You should have FaceTimed us. We would have pulled up.
Nah, it was the Lord like, you good or are you going to be all right? It was a quality assurance check.
That's good.
It was like, hey, you good or what is the deal? And I was like, we were over in Legacy West, and I was like, man, I had to pass right past. Oh boy, I was like, man, if I walk up and I got something to tell you when we get off too.
Okay.
Y'all gonna be like, what?
Congratulations.
Bro, you're literally gonna be like, oh, you know what? I can't tell you. I gotta go because I gotta go get my mommy. But I'll tell you tomorrow, and I'll have the other songs too.
Yay! Lean back. Yeah.
Yeah. Hooray! We're gonna lean back tomorrow. It's gonna be great.
Shout out
Okay.
Fat Joe.
Shout out Fat Joe.
Shout out Fat Joe.
Oh.
Who's
He's
not?
skinny now.
You took the words out of my
Oh,
mouth.
sorry.
He's
My
not
bad.
as
Yep.
fat.
Yep.
He looks great.
Yeah, he does. He does look great.
Joey Crack.
It's amazing how we just gave rappers a pass for being big.
Right? Right?
Big Pun dead.
Rest in peace.
Hey, I went to go see a concert with him one time.
He sat down the whole time.
I was like, this wasn't Big Pun's concert. This was his homie's concert doing his lyrics
Fair squad.
because he was so out of breath. Anyway, I'm Timothy Ross. That's Hector. That's Derek. That's Huli. That's Baby Karlovich. And we'll see you tomorrow on Wide Open with our blazing fast internet speeds.
Oh my God, dude.